My name is Kash. I'm a citizen of Sweden. If you are watching this video, I have been abducted and taken against my will by Israeli forces. Our humanitarian mission was non-violent and abiding by international law. Please tell my government to demand my and the others' immediate release.
I'm never gonna get tired of that.
I'm just the first time I saw that, I'm like, what, is this? I mean, she's always LARPing, right? But like, is this literally just a repeat of the same shit she said when her and her friends went like
last time?
Last time this happened?
Yeah, it is the yes.
So what's different this time?
I don't think she posted a video specifically like saying, "Oh, I'm being abducted." Go. But she this is literally the exact same thing that happened the last time. This
so like, but I'm Mandela affecting myself. Right?
Yeah, no, I don't remember. I mean, maybe she did. I don't remember her doing the cell phone video like this last time. But other than the cell phone video,
not a cell phone video, but there was video of them complaining that they're about to be abducted by the Israelis or whatever.
And it probably did happen then, and I just didn't see it or don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't think it was a cell phone video though. That's the only thing, right? Like,
oh shit, fuck. Hold on, just a second. My cat's mouth isn't moving. Bruh. I know. Give me a second. I hate when it does this.
Genuine bro moment.
Yeah, I just gotta go into VTube Studio and. Okay. Nope, still not moving. Damn it.
Sad.
It's just shit. No, hold on, damn. Y'all are seeing how the sausage is made. It's popping up on my screen.
Dutch.
Oh, hell, too late now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, no, randomly I'll start VTube Studio and like it'll just some of my settings will have just changed for no reason, and I don't know why it does that.
Interesting.
Maybe it's because I'm constantly switching between PCs because I have two PCs that I do stuff from. So, but like that shouldn't.
VTube Studio on both of them?
Yeah. The stuff the PC I used to stream video games from is different from the PC I used to do the show.
Oh, okay.
So, but the set
why?
that shouldn't. What do you mean? Why?
Well, why? I'm just curious. Like,
The PC I used to do the show, capturing video games is hard because it's so old.
okay. Okay. That's the one with the 1080, is it?
Yes. Now the only games that I could consistently capture from this PC is anything I play on Steam that's installed on the PC, and it could run on the PC. So sure, the PC can capture it and stream it. But for some reason, like when I use my Elgato capture card, for when I capture stuff from my consoles, like on this PC, like it chugs super bad, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is about the Elgato HD60S that is not compatible with this old ass motherboard, but it's just they don't go well together. I tried. That's why I bought the other PC in the first place.
I see. Yeah, fair enough, I guess.
But yeah,
Yeah, I don't understand what, like, this is all just drama at the end of the day. It's like, she's done this before. She's not the first one to do it. She's not gonna be the last one to do it. Like, I remember, like, this, this, like, flotilla, the Gaza flotilla that they fucking tried to organize in 2011 or some shit like that, and I'm just like, this was cringe then. It's cringe now.
yeah, it's funny that yeah, this is exactly what happened last time. The Israelis caught her offshore, and they said, "No, you're not going into Gaza," and then they safely and gently took them back into Israel.
Put them on a plane.
Yep.
And then deported them.
Yes, and that's exactly what's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the IDF has already released pictures of her and all of her friends just chilling out, sitting, whatever, quietly waiting for their. Well, no, they're in some kind of room, but they're all fine. They're all sitting there, just quiet. Like I don't know if quietly. For all I know, they could be acting like spoiled children, but they're all just sitting there chilling out, like they're fine. They're gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the last time they did this, there's that famous picture of the IDF soldier giving Greta a sandwich.
Yep.
It's like, so they even fed them.
Sometimes I wonder
About
if we just let them have what they want.
Yeah, no, if I was the IDF, I wouldn't stop them. I'd be like, oh, you want to go to Gaza?
Okay, go into Gaza.
Have
no
fun.
worries.
Have fun. Have fun. But
well,
if you get
if
caught in
anything
the
happens
crossfire
to you while you're there,
yeah,
or if you get caught, like, in a fucking bombing run, then don't blame us, dude. Just, it makes no sense to me. Like, what the... Okay. Alright, you want to be a journalist? Alright, fine. You want to play fucking journalist? Okay, good. Go ahead. Whatever. Do what you want. Alright. Like, why are they even going there in the first place? To give aid? Like, what? 1 sack of rice or whatever?
Yeah, that's the fucked up thing. Like, these boats that they took in the flotilla are all, like, mini yachts and, like, sailboats
Like
and shit.
Pleasure boats. Yeah, they're pleasure boats.
They could not possibly bring enough cargo to make any meaningful difference. This is all a giant virtue signal circle jerk by a bunch of European fucking Eurofag lefties.
Eurofags, yeah.
And I'm just, it is just, but it's just funny that, like, I wonder how many times she's gonna do this, and how many times people are like, I don't know
keep
if
falling for it.
Well, here's the thing, I don't know if anybody's falling for it because I never see anybody defending her. I always see people making
keep
fun of
falling
her.
for it. Trust me. It's like I have a coworker who's unsurprisingly Muslim,
oh god,
who keeps falling for that same fucking bullshit. Like all the like she tried to convince me that the genocide in Gaza, and I'm just like, okay, what's your evidence? And all the fucking like she even gave me that video of the kid who supposedly died, and then I literally showed her the fucking footage of him being found alive with his mother afterwards, and then she still didn't fucking accept it. And I'm just like, okay, well, there's no convincing you then.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I literally just showed you that your fucking news source lied to you.
Yeah.
And you're not listening.
Or all
well,
the video, like there's been like 2 or 3 times this has happened. They've claimed that the IDF has like killed people at like food line, like
waiting for headlines, and it's like, okay, that's Hamas.
yeah. It's like first of all, why would it's like, so the IDF is setting up aid stations and then killing people when they show up just for funsies, and then you see the videos and it's like dudes pull up in fucking like Toyota trucks and jump out, start mowing people down. It's like that doesn't look like IDF to me. That looks like
doesn't look
Hamas.
like IDF, yeah.
That looks like
Was it,
Hamas.
like if yeah, and it's like, what, because Toyota Hiluxes are world famous for, unfortunately, for being the fucking the youth of choice for terrorists around the world. It's
I wonder what kind of cars they're driving in Israel. Like, I've never like thought to look that up, but I wonder what they're driving over there. I imagine it's a lot of Toyotas, a lot of Asian cars in general. I imagine it's a lot of Asian cars.
Yeah, I'm not sure, dude.
Probably a lot of European cars too.
Probably a lot of Euro cars, mostly because Israel is basically world famous for being considered part of Europe now. I guess, like, they really don't help themselves, eh? Like they decided to fucking go join what's it called? The Eurovision contest.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, why is Israel part of Europe again? Like, okay, sure, why?
Because we're friends.
It just makes no sense to me.
We're your friends, Goyim. We're your friends. Let us in.
Then wouldn't that like give justification to like all the Arab countries in the Levant as well to fucking join in? Because it's like, okay, well, what's the difference here?
I don't know.
Realistically,
that's a good
right?
question. Obviously, the thing is that they would say that the Israelis have a great deal of ties to Europe because a very large portion of their population are European Jews. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then that fucking like completely ruin like the argument they have. It's so dumb.
No, because
like,
they could say that the European Jews are directly descended from the original Semites from the Levant. So like,
I mean, they could. Yeah, they could. That's true. But it's still fucking retarded because most people don't fucking see them that way.
No.
Or at least they don't see the argument being that way. So it's
no,
like,
they don't. Benjamin Netanyahu is Polish, dog. He was born in Israel. He is of Polish descent, sure, but there's a lot of Jews in Poland.
Or
like
were.
Well, were, yeah.
Were. There was this thing that happened that kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Took them all out. Well, some people say it didn't happen, but it should have. It would have been a good thing.
Yep. Yeah. I was talking about that the other day. Like I didn't engage with these people, but I'm in another Discord server, and I was talking to some Juicebergs. Well, I wasn't talking to them; I was just reading it. But I was reading some Juicebergs, I guess I should just say. And like, it's insane the cognitive dissonance that these people just don't seem to feel. When on the one hand, they'll say we were lied to about World War II, we were lied to about Germany, the Holocaust never happened. Hitler barely ever talked about the Jews. I don't know what these people are talking about. Like they're just making shit up, and then they'll turn around and say, yeah, and the Jews were transing the kids and running child sex brothels and were destroying the economy and blah, 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 and they fucking deserved it. I'm like, hold on. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Did it not happen, or did it happen and it was good that it happened and they deserved it? Which is it, boys? Because you can't have that both ways. You can't say that like it didn't happen.
This is
and then turn around and say it did happen and
it didn't happen. It didn't happen. It's literally the thing of it didn't happen, and then it happened, but only in a very small number. And then it really happened, and it was a good thing. But they're saying it all at once, and it's so fucking confused. Like what?
Yeah, and then this idea that like
which one is it?
Hitler barely ever talked about the Jews in his speeches. That's just not true. That's just not true. Like his Munich speech in 1938. There's another speech he gave in like 1922 or something like that. 22, 25. I can't remember. I read parts of it the other day, And he made it clear he really didn't like Jews. And then if you don't believe Hitler never talked about the Jews, go fucking read Mein Kampf. Or if you don't want to read 600 pages of fucking German cuck,
literal Jew schizoing,
like cuck diatribe, just
German cuckoldry. Yeah.
go find, you can go find like digital versions of Mein Kampf and then just word search Jew or Jews. And you'll see just how many times it comes up in the book and some of the wild shit he says about it. Like, yes, Hitler did not, let's just not get it twisted. Maybe you could talk about how widespread the Holocaust actually was. Maybe we could talk about final death tolls, all those things. The one thing that cannot be denied, as far as I'm concerned, is that Hitler hated the Jews. Period. Like, there's no.
I think it can't be denied that it happened as well.
Well,
we can talk about the scale of it, sure. Like, we can talk about the numbers and shit. I'm willing to grant that, but
no, sure. The point I'm making is that, like, one of the most insane things they say is that Hitler did, like, I've heard Myron Gaines straight up say Hitler did not hate Jews. That there were over 100,000 Jewish members of the Nazi Party, and that one of Hitler's closest friends was a Jew, and like blah 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 blah. Like, Europa shit. Like, he watched Europa one time, and suddenly he woke up to the truth about World War II history. But Myron Gaines.
I didn't know Myron Gaines was a. I didn't know Myron Gaines was a. Was a Hoi 4 player.
A what now?
Hoi 4.
I don't know what that means.
HOI. It's an RPG. It's a fucking oldest joke. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Fair enough. But yeah, Greta, you're a dick. You are a clown. You are a literal clown. And all anybody.
Also, wait. Before we move on, though, Pelpe. Before we move on. The eternal question.
Oh God, no.
Would you?
That's a no for me, dog. I used to joke like everybody else that, like, oh, Greta, like, yeah, like whatever. Especially when that picture came out of her being arrested and like with her arms pinned behind her back and made her boobs look really big. Like, I played up that meme too, but like, to be completely straight up honest with you, no, this is actually a no for me.
Wow, is it because she's not black?
Oh no, of course not. Obviously, there are many non-black women, but like, look at her fucking face, dude.
Yeah, I know. She's that's heavy fetal alcohol syndrome.
She has like
symptoms there.
She has fucking.
God damn.
She has like FAS or like fucking. She's got one too many chromosomes. I don't know what's going on there, but like, I can't do it. Like, I can't. No, I would not. Are you saying you would?
What? Oh hell no! I'm just asking. It's just, would you?
Yeah, that's a no. That's a no for me, dog.
That's a no for me, dog.
Call me Randy Jackson.
Yeah, you remember the meme where it's like she's the only person I know of that looks simultaneously 14 and 40.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, that's still true, even now.
You know what's funny is
true. It's pretty fucking ridiculous how that is too. It's like, what?
Yeah, I know. But of course, it's easy for me to say that now. But then, like, if I ran into Greta's like 22 now. If I ran into Greta Thunberg at a fucking European pub and she threw it at me, would I actually? Because at that point, it's like for the meme. It's like, yes, I did. Would I do it just because?
Really?
Like, I'm willing to.
You're a disgusting human being. Disgusting.
For the meme, sir. For the meme.
Disgusting. I don't disagree, though. I probably would too.
Yeah, for the meme, just to say, listen, you could be you like it just to be able to say you were the guy.
You're the one guy that lived up to the meme. Fucking hell. I don't know if I can do that, to be honest with you. I don't know, but no, I'm still of 2 months about it. I think I probably would, but
I do a lot of dumb shit for memes, so.
Oh no, that's true.
But no, I like, like I don't know what made me think. Well, I know what made me think of this is because, like, again, the picture of Greta being drugged away by police and with her arms pinned behind her back, and it made her boobs look really big. And then some people would constantly, clip in like Apu, you know, reaching out with the gimme, you know, and it just, I can't find it. I know I saw this, and I could have swore I shared it on X, but I couldn't find it. But when Tulsi was being confirmed, she was wearing these really tight pants, and her ass looked really, really good. And she was standing, and somebody caught a still of her standing up when she was, at the desk for her confirmation hearing for DNI. And Alex Jones shared a picture of Apu with his face buried in Tulsi's butt. And it's just so fucking fun.
To be fair, though.
Well, yeah, that's
Tulsi's
not even
just a wood at any point.
Yeah, that's not even a question. Tulsi's just ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
So moving on to Don Lemon.
Let's stop thirsting over fucking Greta Thunberg. This is just
we weren't thirsting over Greta Thunberg. We were thirsting over Tulsi Gabbard.
Oh, that's true.
There was no thirst. There was no thirst posting. We talked about a hypothetical situation in which we would do it just for the meme. But that's not thirsting. That's a thought experiment. No,
it's being retarded. Okay, fair enough.
But no, like I shared that picture that Alex Jones posted of Apu with his face buried in Tulsi's butt. And I shared it and I said, like, literally me for real. But I can't remember if I shared it on Discord and can't find it in Discord, or if I shared it on X. And it's just gone now. Like, I don't know. But I know I saw it. I know I shared it. I know I said that. But I can't find it anywhere. So maybe none of that's true. Like, maybe I just made up that memory. The memory of me sharing it and saying that when I shared it, I 100% did see that picture. And I remember the funniest part about it was the fact that it was Alex Jones that shared it. Alex knows how to meme, and it's great.
Yeah.
So guess what? Don Lemon hates white people.
Doubt. Press X to doubt.
No.
X to doubt. I don't think so.
You know how people, like white guys who like black girls, get accused of racism because they're just fetishizing their hatred? Mm-hmm. You've heard that. That's what Don Lemon's doing by his love for white men. Is that he actually just hates white people?
Is that literally what's his name is? What's her name? Fucking AOC is doing as well?
Yeah, she has a white. Her fiance.
She has a white.
He's a white
fiance, boyfriend, whatever the fuck. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of that, Don Lemon, white men are violent. Also, Don Lemon, 2 white men. Kermit. Kermit doing the goatsy.
Yep. I mean, is it wrong? Is it wrong?
Complains about white men and white privilege, yet both have white male spouses. Fucking Don Lemon and Ilhan Omar.
Yep. Yeah, as I said, let's not forget AOC in this mix. She's one of them.
Yeah, but I mean, she's like... AOC is one of those Hispanics who are basically just white people. I mean, she is technically a brown because she's Puerto Rican, but like Tucker said it years ago that, like, let's just call it what it is, that under any other context, AOC would be exactly what we all know she is. Like something like, and then he said, a cranky, entitled white lady.
That's fair.
But yeah, let's hear what Don Lemon has to say.
Men who look like you, men who vote like you, and men who sound like you.
So men who are based?
White men. Something is broken. Something is cracked deep inside when so many of you believe the answer to fear, to loss, to change is violence.
Something is cracked and broken deep inside. Are you sure?
I could ask that exact same question about the black community. Like, if I look at a black guy the wrong way, he could beat the shit out
No,
of him.
I was just talking about his ass.
Oh. Ha!
Yes, something is cracked, broken deep inside. You know, I am a disgusting person. Fucking hell. Yes. Anyway.
Look at this. Black on white crime,
Wow.
white on black crime.
Yep.
This is just showing the interracial crime statistics between blacks, whites, and Hispanics. Imagine the statistics on, black on black crime. Like this idea that like white men are the violent ones in this country is just not true. Are there violent white guys? Of course there are. There's violent people of every demographic. But if we're talking about the statistic truth here,
it's also the fact that like, is anyone surprised that if we're gonna make the argument, right, that the white people make up most of the crime, and it's like, is anyone surprised because they make up the most number of people?
Yeah,
in the country?
We're still 65, 69%.
70%.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, yes. So is that surprising at all? Question mark?
Also, those numbers are slightly skewed because people who race mix and white people, white men in particular, are the demographic most likely to take spouses from other races. Those children always end up claiming the race of the non-white parent.
Of the non-white, yeah, exactly. So it's like,
there's an entire generation of half black and half Hispanic and half Asian kids who claim to be black, white, or black, Hispanic, and Asian. And it's just like, yeah, but you're also half white, so
Yep.
Are you listening to me?
I'm saying I think we make up more than 70% of the country if you account for the fact that like a lot of these people are halfies. So
are halfies, and they just don't claim it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying it loud enough for the people in the back.
Which people in the back? Bitch.
Men who look like you.
Yeah, Don Lemon. Okay, so like joking aside,
and it's like, dude, Don. Also, the other thing about Don Lemon that I want to say, right? Nigga, you are one of the fucking whitest niggas out there.
Yeah, he's
fuck you. There's probably been like, there's probably been like, not counting all the fucking faggots that have fucked you. There's probably like 1 million fucking white people in your bloodline somewhere. All right, get fucked. Honestly, just shut the fuck up. All right. If you fucking hate white people so much, why are you niggas all keep trying to be like white people?
Well, and here's the other thing, like that. That I like. Here's the thing. This is one of those times where, when you consider Don Lemon's rhetoric over the years, and he's been consistent about this. Yes, does he have like this true like racial animus that he believes that all white people are inferior to all black people? No, I don't think he does. Does he, as a general rule, dislike white people? Yes, I think that is true. Probably, obviously, his husband is white, so he found one that he likes enough to, bottom out for.
At least one. Yep.
But I think, as a general rule, I do think that that Don Lemon does not like white people, and I think the same thing about Ilhan Omar. The only reason why she's in Congress is because her. The only reason why she's in Congress is because her entire district is made up of fucking African, primarily Somali immigrants.
Yep.
How they make up enough of a fucking voting block to get her elected every time is mind-boggling to me, because I don't think it
should not even be possible.
I don't think refugees should be given voting rights, and I know they're not all refugees. A lot of them are the adult children of refugees who have birthright citizenship status.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have had birthright. Like, I don't think I don't shouldn't, like. But here's the thing: realistically, in my opinion, I don't think refugees should be given citizenship.
No,
they should not be eligible.
No,
because if the idea is you're a refugee and you're just running away from your country because it's fucking thing, then you should get the fuck back.
Yeah, go home and make your country like livable again. Like, why is it that like why does America need Ilhan Omar? Like, couldn't Somalia use your like, let's go, like, your political acumen? Oh, that's right. They would never they would never sully themselves by letting a woman represent them in the government. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's women in Somali government. I don't know, but
I
Somalia
don't
seems
know.
like a
I
shithole.
doubt it because of the fact that it's a Muslim country. I don't think so. Genuinely.
Yeah, it's a Muslim toilet, so like I imagine not.
Like it's not even really a country too. Like Somalian piracy is a thing. Like it's a worldwide meme for a reason, right?
Look
like,
at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
I still have not actually seen that series. That movie.
No, I've never seen it either. I just the meme.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I should. Would be funny.
You know, the guy who played the Somali pirate, like he complained like later on that he only got paid $250,000 to be in that movie. You know, $250,000, and
only,
you know, while Tom Hanks got paid millions, and I'm like, motherfucker,
yeah,
because he's
Tom
Hanks.
Who the fuck is Tom Hanks? Yeah, exactly. Compared to your dumb fucking nigger ass, fuck off.
He is the star of the film. Also, I don't know if that guy got any more acting roles after that. So, like,
well, unsurprising because it was fucking bitching.
I was in a Tom Hanks movie. That means I should automatically be red. No, doesn't automatically mean anything. Maybe you were only good this one time, but yeah, it's just funny to me.
Shut the fuck up. Bloody hell.
Yeah, people keep pointing out that Don Lemon's husband is white.
Because it's true.
But yeah, let's move on. Don Lemon is retarded. The only reason why this is still here is because this was originally what I intended for the cold open, but I thought the Greta cold open was funnier. So this week we have, 3 stories involving Kash Patel. Kash is out here putting in work, and he's doing a lot of good stuff. A lot of people are never going to give him credit for it though because he's Indian. But
yep.
Kash is out here. He's getting shit done. Don't get it twisted.
Because he's also involved in that whole the Epstein fucking this rolling Epstein fuck up basically.
Oh, fuck off. Yeah, and then of course you keep hearing insider reports that he wasn't a part of it. He wants the Epstein stuff to be released. I mean, he said on Joe Rogan that he didn't want the videos of girls being, girls with Epstein. He didn't want that stuff out. But apparently behind the scenes, him and Bongino were fighting with Pam Bondi. He's like, no, we need to release as much of the stuff as we can, blah, 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 blah. I don't know how true that is. And publicly he has a more, I don't want to betray the entire administration. He doesn't want to rock the
boat, basically, of the administration.
So I don't know how true that is, but again, he, and people like to point to the Rogan episode where he said that. I'm like, he said he didn't want the videos to be released,
which is fair enough because would that constitute child porn, dude?
Well, a lot of them
probably would, wouldn't it?
Yeah, except a lot of them, it seems to be, are. Like, some of them were minors, but they were like 16, 17 years old. Like, that's the thing.
That still constitutes CP, though.
Sure, it does. It does, technically, at a legal sense. But, like, one thing that has been consistent, it's all like there doesn't seem to be, and again, we don't have all the evidence, so a lot of this is speculation, but what the victims that we do know, who have spoken out publicly, who have said that this happened to them when they were minors, were all 16 and 17 years old, which is still bad. But what I'm saying is that this idea that Epstein
that they were like trafficking like toddlers, babies. It's just not
12-year-olds. Yeah. There might not be any evidence of that. These might have been girls who were, depending upon the state they were in, depending on certain states or even certain countries in the world.
Let's just call them jailbait.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm just saying, like there are countries
they're like right on the border of things because, like, for example, like Europeans don't have any fucking leg to stand on this. Like, a lot of them have the age of consent at fucking 13 and 14.
Yeah, a lot of Eastern European countries, you can start having sex pretty young.
Eastern European?
Yeah, all the ones.
Dude, Denmark's age of consent is 14.
I did not know that. I didn't know about that about Denmark. I thought,
No.
like, all the ones I know of in Europe that have, like, really low age of consent laws are, like, Eastern European countries.
Nope.
Like Slovakia
Like,
and shit
it's not
like
as
that.
bad. It's not as bad as, like, the Philippines used to be, or Mexico used to be. Or, well, no, Mexico's still bad. Mexico's 13 still. The Philippines used to be 12, which is why a lot of fucking disgusting foreigners used to go there for sex tourism.
Yep.
Yep. But,
Yep.
like, I'm just saying, is that
even before the Philippines put a stop to that, we started charging people. Like, if we find out that you went to the Philippines and had sex with a 12-year-old, when you get home, you're getting arrested.
yeah, no, which is based. That's good. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of people, a lot of countries, especially fucking. This is another reason why I don't want to hear any fucking Eurofag's opinion on anything American ever again. It's like, shut the fuck up. Seriously, just go suck shit.
It's funny, every time you talk and your mic activates, I can hear you fucking, like, frantically clicking your mouse, so I know you're playing a game.
I'm playing a game. Yes. Of course.
But anyway, Patel clarifies the role of hundreds of agents on January 6th, says Ray lied to Congress.
Oh,
Shout out
who
to
else
Fox
is
News.
fucking surprised?
Current FBI Director Kash Patel said the agents were sent to the U.S. Capitol for crowd control after it had been declared a riot. Because, of course, it came out later on that there were 274 plainclothes FBI agents there that day, and yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
It's like, how did they know? Because, like, most of the people who were arrested for that shit came after? Like, all of the violence happened before Trump, while Trump was still giving his speech.
yeah, most of it, yeah. Not all of it, though. Some of it, like, there was, but a lot of the, after Trump's speech was over, a lot of the J6ers, a lot of the Stop the Steal people that marched over there, they were a little rowdy. Ashley Babbitt, as awful as it was for her to get killed in the way she did, she was trying to kick in a window.
Mm-hmm.
So, the FBI responded on Saturday to a report that 274 plainclothes agents were at the U.S. Capitol riot on January 6, 2021, clarifying the role of Bureau personnel while still blasting former Director for Chris Wray. While the agents were on hand, they were sent in after the riot had begun to try and control the unruly crowd. Officials told, why were they plainclothes then? Why weren't they just there in like FBI jackets? But I guess,
Uniform. Yeah.
I suppose they probably would have been targeted then. But then, like, how do you crowd control without
directing the crowd?
Yeah, like, what were they? It's an interesting thing.
So what's the point here? It's just, it makes no fucking sense. Like, I think they're just fucking shitting. This is bullshitting there.
This is not the proper role of FBI agents, and Ray was not forthcoming about what happened when he testified numerous times on Capitol Hill, Director Kash Patel said. Quote, agents were sent into a crowd control mission after the riot was declared by Metro Police, something that goes against FBI standards, Patel told Fox News Digital. This was the failure of a corrupt leadership that lied to Congress and to the American people about what really happened. He added, thanks to agents coming forward, we are now uncovering the truth. We are fully committed to transparency and justice, and accountability continues with this FBI. There's no indication any FBI agents were involved in any events related to Trump's speech on the morning of January 6th at the Ellipses. An FBI official told Fox News Digital, adding that Ray should have disclosed that agents were there when he was asked by congressional leaders. Because, of course, Chris Wray said he had no FBI agents on the ground, and that's just not true.
Yep.
That's abundantly not true. Hell, Metro Police body cam footage confirmed that's not true because they were talking about how to identify the undercover guys.
Yep.
We covered that here on this show.
Mm-hmm.
President Donald Trump, citing a report that the agents were in the crowd, which did not make clear their mission, said earlier that Ray has some major explaining to do. It was just revealed that the FBI had secretly placed, against all rules, regulations, protocols, and standards, 274 FBI agents into the crowd just prior to and during the January 6th hoax. Trump wrote on a Truth Social post on Saturday afternoon following a report from The Blaze, revealing the number of agents that were there. Trump added, this is different from what Director Christopher Wray stated over and over again. That's right. That's right. As it now turns out, FBI agents were at and in the January 6th protest, probably acting as agitators and insurrectionists. There's no proof of that, sadly. But certainly not
No
as
proof
law
of it,
enforcement
but
officials.
it's definitely not fucking thing, though.
I don't know.
It's
It
not
depends on
out
who
of the
you.
realm of
It
possibility
depends
anymore.
on which. I suppose it depends on which federal agency is the handlers of Ray Epps and Nick Fuentes.
Mm. No, but I'm just saying it's not out of the realm of possibility anymore.
No, it's
Because
not.
it's confirmed that they were there. It's like, okay, well, what the fuck were they doing there then?
Almost 300 of them were there. Over 300 whenever you count the fact that we now know that U.S. Army counterintelligence was there too for some reason.
Yep.
Like, why?
NCIS was there.
Yes, why? Why was NCIS and Army counterintelligence? Why were they there?
Really makes you thunk.
Very big
Big
funk.
thunk.
The president said he wanted to know each officer's identity and what they were doing at the U.S. Capitol. Quote, many great American patriots were made to pay a very big price only for the love of their country, he said, referring to Trump supporters who faced charges for their involvement on January 6th. Trump pardoned or commuted the sentences of every person charged for involvement on January 6th after he took office this year. He concluded, I owe this investigation of dirty cops and crooked politicians to them. Christopher Wray, then the director of the FBI, has some major explaining to do. That's 2 in a row, Comey and Wray, who got caught lying with our great country at stake. We can never let this happen to America again. Citing a senior congressional source, the Blaze report said that the number of agents wasn't, quote, necessarily a surprise because the FBI often embeds counter-surveillance personnel at large events. Wray told the House committee on November 15th, 2023, if you're asking if the violence at the Capitol was part of some operation orchestrated by FBI sources or agents, the answer is no. But he wouldn't disclose if any agents or sources were embedded within the crowd. The 274 agents also included those who were responding to the pipe bombs placed near the Democratic National Committee and Republican National Committee headquarters the night before January 6th, according to Politico. Yeah. It's been a long time since I read about the pipe bomb stuff, but like, weren't those pipe bombs both like
because you
duds?
know why. No, but like the other thing about it is that like, oh, that story fucking disappeared quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, because that was
you think.
Yeah, it was probably because I was under at the time. I, like many, believed that was part of the Antifa element because there was an element of Antifa that infiltrated Stop the Steal, pretending to be MAGA so that they could agitate and start a riot to make MAGA look bad. The Baltimore chapter of Antifa put out like basically a digital flyer trying to mobilize Antifa. They were going to bus people in, provide them with MAGA hats so they could go to Stop the Steal and then try to agitate a riot to make MAGA look bad. That happened.
Well, if they did that, then they fucking succeeded.
The pipe bombs placed near the Democratic. Anyway, Trump nominated Wray as FBI director in 2017 after he fired former FBI director James Comey, who was just indicted by a grand jury this week for allegedly making false statements to Congress. That's the worst part, is that Wray was supposed to be one of his guys, but like many of the initial Trump appointees,
well, remember that Comey
him.
is supposed to be a Republican.
Yeah, but they betrayed Trump.
Yep. Well, it's not just they betrayed Trump; they betrayed the Republican base as well. Like, okay. And then fucking what's his name again? The Mueller report.
Yeah, Robert Mueller.
It's like Mueller is also a Republican. It's like okay. Now you can make the argument that he's being principled and all that shit, and I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, but it all just seems to trend one way, doesn't it? All the investigation, all the fucking thing, and then you'll get retards like Pisco fucking saying, oh, it's because Republicans are corrupt. Fuck you. Seriously. Fuck you. Get fucked. Get bent, you fucking fat Latino-looking motherfucker. I don't even know if he's Latino.
You really hate this guy, like, and I get it.
Oh, dude,
he's not. He
kind of looks like. The problem is, he kind of looks like me, so it makes people look like me. Like it makes people like me look bad.
Yeah, no, and I understand. Here's the thing, I understand. Anyway. I've actually dealt with the guy, and he is a bit of a cunt. He is a bit of a cunt. He is. Gish galloping ass cunt. A report released last December by the Justice Department Inspector General Michael E. Horowitz said, "We found no evidence in the materials we reviewed or the testimony we received showing or suggesting that the FBI had undercover employees in the various protest crowds or at the Capitol on January 6th, although he acknowledges there were 26 paid informants, but only 3 of
No
them
evidence,
were...
yeah?
Yeah, but
No
only 3 of them were
worries,
assigned by
mate.
the FBI to be there.
Fuck off. Fucking suck my brown cock, you fucking liars.
Yeah, there's no evidence.
Fucking hell. No evidence, but we literally just admitted to evidence. Fuck you, man.
Oh, it's and that he's like, here's another thing. It's not like, oh, Chris Wray did lie. Christopher Wray lied. And it doesn't matter that he was appointed by Trump as the director of the FBI. The entire FBI, most 99
Jim Mattis was appointed.
Well, yeah,
fucking
99
John Bolton was appointed. They turned out to be duds.
Yeah,
Jim Mattis was a fucking major disappointment as well because
Yes,
I've
he
met
was.
that nigga.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that 99% of the FBI are not appointed, they're hired, and a lot of them are deeply entrenched and have been there for 20 years, 30 years.
Yep.
So like this idea that like the FBI is purely Trump's, like the idea that the FBI is purely the arm of the president.
It's a Trump organ because it had it's like, no, that's just fucking retarded.
Now, unlike previous directors of the FBI, Kash is actually loyal to the president and is actually purging people out of the, like, he's firing people left and right, and it's great.
Mm-hmm. It's funny.
The report also said the FBI personnel were sent to the Capitol.
Well, what do the lefties fucking keep saying? What do they keep saying? What was it like? You get used to privilege long enough, and equal treatment starts feeling like persecution. How does that fucking feel, niggas? Fuck you.
I like that. The report also said that FBI personnel was sent to the Capitol at the request of overwhelmed Capitol Police to help with crowd control. Then they should have been there in uniform. Horowitz said that none of the informants, or if not in uniform, at least with like those black jackets with the
some
big
kind
yellow
of identifying
FBI
thing.
Yeah.
Horowitz
said that none of the informants were allowed to incite the crowd, break the law, or enter the U.S.
Oh,
Capitol.
as if that fucking stopped anyone before. Not allowed. Oh, amazing. Amazing, beautiful. That's beautiful, copy.
In its reporting,
fucking beautiful.
Blaze noted that there may have been, but we are not equals incel.
May have been what?
What does that mean, 13? I don't understand what you mean by that. Elaborate, sir. In its reporting, Blaze noted that there may have been confusion regarding plainclothes and undercover, meaning both the Inspector General and the FBI could be telling the truth. Many of the agents weren't happy to have been sent to the Capitol to do crowd control. Another official told Fox News Digital it was a chaotic scene with no pre-planning that contradicted the agency's original plan to not get involved in the event. The official said the agents are not trained to do crowd control. They're not. FBI crowd control is not. That's the other kind of fishy thing here is the FBI does not do crowd control.
Crowd control, then why the fuck were they there? Again, like the whole thing just fucking stinks to high heaven, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's this whole thing is weird. Yeah, the first agents arrived at the Capitol around 2:30 p.m.
The first agents.
Agents. Yes, the first.
Yeah, I know,
agents.
but the way you said it made it sound like the first agents.
Just
like, okay,
there's
you're just assuming that every glowy is an Asian now, yeah?
Of course. There's no evidence there were any there before a riot was declared.
They're CCP shows, bruv. They're CCP shows.
And agents continued to arrive after that, the official added. Wray had testified before Congress prior to the Inspector General's report being released in December, but Patel called out Wray for deflecting and giving a DC answer when pressed by lawmakers. Quote, why it took a ton of time and questioning in Congress for the director to get to the point is what I'm trying to eliminate from the FBI. If Congress asked you a question under oath, whether or not there were sources in or around January 6th at the Capitol, you, as the director of the FBI, need to know that and not deflect and give a DC answer. You have to be prepared for that. So yeah, So yeah, we now know. Well, we think we know anyway. How many FBI agents were there and what they were doing? Again, the whole thing is kind of fishy.
It's just the FBI too. Like it's just that's the thing that really fucks with me. It's like how many people actually were there that were not just glowies? Because if there were nearly 300 FBI agents, like how many people actually went to the Capitol?
I can't remember
Exactly.
the total of the Stop the Steal event and how many people were actually there that day. And I'd say it's probably hard to get like a definitive number.
It's hard to get definitive, but like that's the thing though, right? Like it's definitely in the thousands, but like, I don't know. It's just the whole thing fucking weirds me out.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. So let's we'll get to more Kash Patel stuff later. First of all, I did not hear about Logan Federico.
Oh yeah, no one heard about him.
A few days
no
ago.
one heard about her until like last week.
And she was murdered in May.
Yep.
Grieving father blasts politicians for allowing daughter Logan Federico's career criminal killer to remain on the streets. In case you didn't know, a girl named Logan Federico was murdered by a black guy back in May, who broke into the house that she was staying in and, as it's described, executed her, like killed her execution style.
Mm.
The distraught father of 22-year-old aspiring teacher murdered by a career criminal while visiting friends at the University of South Carolina scolded lawmakers on Monday for the lax crime policies that allowed her killer to remain free. Stephen Federico delivered a raw, gut-wrenching address during a congressional hearing in Charlotte aimed at tackling growing concerns over violent crimes and repeat offenders, speaking just weeks after the high-profile murder of Ukrainian national Irina Zarutska. This is a real problem with the media, is that they don't report on this. Whenever innocent white people are murdered by foreigners or blacks, they don't want to talk about it ever. They don't want to. But like, when you remember back in 2018, I think it was, maybe 2019, when that black woman got her car shot up by that car that was driving by, and I think her daughter got hit. I think her daughter might have got killed. I can't remember the exact details. That everybody automatically assumed it was white people, and then as soon as they caught the guy, it turns out he was black.
Yeah, and then the story died. I don't remember it now.
Yeah, instantly.
Yeah.
And then fucking and like the memes that came out of that, Anna Kasparian going, "Oh, you said it was a white guy. What happened?" And then also the woman who was driving the car that night, the mother, is like, "I can't understand when someone has such hate in their heart." Like, at least I think that was the same woman. I could be wrong about that one. But no, I do remember the Young Turks immediately going, "White guy did this," and then it turns out it was a black dude.
Yep. And it's like, yeah, but who normally does drive-bys? Like,
yeah. And nobody ever thought to question, was he just randomly taking shots, or like what happened there? Did he mistake her vehicle for a vehicle of somebody he had beef with? Like, I don't know the full details because the story just completely fell out of the news after it was revealed.
Yeah, it completely died when it turned out it was a fucking another nigger that did it. So it's like, oh, okay, all right, no worries. Just it's just another fucking day in like on black crime. Then it's like, okay.
God, I can't remember where this happened at either. It happened somewhere in the Midwest or the Southwest. I can't remember. Like, it didn't happen in Texas, but Oklahoma maybe or something. It doesn't matter. I'd have to dig in deep because this story was 7 years ago. But tensions were already high before the grief-stricken father addressed the committee after Democratic North Carolina Rep. Deborah Ross mistakenly pointed to a photo of his daughter, identifying it as Zarutska.
What?
Yeah, that was.
Oh, dude, that's.
How many of y'all have kids? The grieving father sternly asked the committee. Here's what I need you to do. When I tell you this story, think about your child. His daughter, Logan Federico. I just want to take the time to say to stop giving your daughters
male names.
Male names, yeah. I understand.
Logan is definitely not a female name. Like, you know, you could have like, I don't know, fucking what's a unisex name? Can't think of anything at the moment actually.
Technically, Ashley is.
Oh, Ashley, Taylor. Taylor is
Yeah.
also a unisex
Yeah,
name.
Taylor's fairly unisex, sure.
What's another one? Oh, I can't remember, man.
Yeah, but no,
yeah,
Logan.
like,
Logan is not unisex. Like, that is a male name.
Logan is a male name. That's like giving your daughter a fucking name like, I don't know, fucking Bradley or something.
Yeah.
And you know what? To be fair, I know some women whose name is Bradley, and it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
Like, why?
that's just weird. Yeah, that doesn't. I don't know how you can square that circle. Anyway, his
Yeah,
daughter, Logan
yeah.
Federico, was fatally shot on May 3rd while visiting friends at USC in Columbia, South Carolina, after a 30-year-old career criminal, Alexander Dickey, broke into the Cypress Street home. Quote, think about your child coming home from a night out with friends, laying down, going to sleep, feeling somebody come into the room and wake them up, and drag her out of bed naked, forced on her knees with her hands over her head, begging for her life, begging for her hero, her father, me, that couldn't be there, Federico said while fighting back tears and anger. She was 5'3". She weighed 115 pounds. Bang. He shouted at the members of the committee. Dead. Gone. Why? Because Alexander Devontae Dickey, who was arrested 39 goddamn times, 25 felonies, was on the street. Dickey had a long record of break-ins and went on a credit card spending spree after shooting Logan before being taken into custody. Now, yeah, no, like, I'm one of those people who thinks that nonviolent, like you have to commit some genuinely really bad nonviolent stuff in order for nonviolent. I think most nonviolent criminals, even nonviolent felons, could probably get by with not putting them in prison, depending upon, you know, fines are enough, and then if you don't pay the fines and whatever. Like, I'm willing to have that conversation for nonviolent crimes.
No, but it depends. It depends on the nature of nonviolent.
Yeah, I don't
crime,
want to get
because
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I'm just saying, that's a preamble.
Okay. Yep. All right.
But-
fair enough. Yeah.
But 25 felonies, most of them B&Es.
Breaking and entering. Yeah.
At
I
that
mean,
point, yeah, somebody should be in prison for a long time.
25. How did he even get to 25? Like, dude.
Or, you know, maybe we could do something for nonviolent felons, like for like where it's essentially
Like, breaking and entering is a violent crime. Like,
No,
you
I
have to
agree,
commit
it is.
violence in order to do that, right? Like,
Yeah, you're just not committing violence usually against a person, but against property. But yes, it is violent.
against property. Yeah, but it is still violence, though. So
Mhm.
it's like, okay, well, why the fuck? How did it get to fucking? What?
Like,
Yeah.
like I said, maybe we could do something with most nonviolent criminals. With now,
Like, what's an example of a non-violent crime that you would consider under this?
like felony tax fraud, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Yep.
Certain versions of theft, like, you know, you're going on a stealing spree, but you're mostly doing it like
Shoplifting. Or
yeah,
something
you're
like-
shoplifting in extremely high amounts of items. You're hitting multiple stores. You're doing it quietly. You're going in. You're getting caught on camera. Whatever. You are breaking the law. You deserve to you deserve to be punished. But like, and what we could do with these people,
There's no physical harm involved to anything. Not yeah. No physical harm involved to people or property, right? Like that's
Yeah, then I'm not
anything
even
else?
saying if you do it enough times, we could have like essentially kind of like almost like put them. I'm not saying ever like a lot of tax fraud people go to like minimum security prison.
Mhm.
Or maybe I think we need to use more minimum security prisons. I think because the recidivism rate for minimum security prisons, at least from what I understand, like men don't come out of those hardened criminals a lot of times. Or
Mm.
I don't know. There might be a better way to do it, but like again, I'm mostly like I'm trying to like say that we've got 13 says YouTube vids have taught the average person where to buy and how to use lockpicks. Bypassing a lock without breaking is technically not violent. Yeah, well, a lot of B&Es aren't lockpicks. 13. A lot of B&Es are kicking in doors or busting out windows.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that like imagine kind of like I, I I say summer camp, and I don't mean that like these guys have like boats and that they can go like rowing and like they do arts and crafts and shit. But I mean basically instead of like a big gray brutalist building with bars and guards and you can just have it's a big 20-foot fence, razor wire, basically dormitories. You have very few, you have very few amenities. It's like you got a toilet, you got a pot to piss in and a bed to sleep in. You can walk the grounds. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You're still
Mm.
you're still
You're still
segregated from the
confined.
you're
Yeah, you're
confined
still
and
confined.
segregated from the rest of society. And there could be more to it than that. There could be uh I hate using this term because it's so leftified now, but like there could be social workers. There could be social workers, things like that, who sit down. Like you can do group therapy, all these kinds of things. Like there are ways I think that we could handle nonviolent felonies that like. But then you've got guys like Lamont Dickey. Jesus Christ, that's something else completely. Alexander Dickey, who gets arrested 39 times, 25 of them are felonies, and most of it is B&E. 13 says a lot of B&Es are done thinking no one's there. No, that's true, but we're specifying
It's
that
still,
violence
but it's
against
still
property is still
violence
violence.
against property. It's still violence. Yeah,
Like
it's not.
it's a violent act to, let's say I piss off an ex-girlfriend and she takes a baseball bat and smashes out the windows of my car
My car
and
slashes my tires and all that shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still violence. Yeah.
She committed violence. Even though she knew I wasn't in the car and nobody around her was going to get hurt, she still committed violence, in my opinion.
Yep. But that's what I mean. Like it's that's why I'm like couching it with physical violence against people or property.
Yeah.
It's not just against people. Like this is like. By the way, this is the same fucking excuse that the trans Tifa and the BLM did in 2020.
Yeah,
They're like,
violence
oh,
against,
it's only violence against property, bro. It's not a problem. They have insurance.
yeah, except for all the violence against people, including 13 murders.
Yep.
There were 13
there were like 13 murders that we know of, because like there
Yeah.
were a lot of deaths linked to those riots that were not classified as murders because reasons, I guess.
In Illinois, I can't defend my property with a firearm unless they actually break something to gain access.
Why are you in Illinois?
Well,
That's the first
but
question.
okay, so outside of Chicago, Illinois lets people have guns. I mean, he's got to jump through hoops like that. But like Chicago gives the rest of the state kind of like a bad rap.
Well, yeah,
but
it's true of most fucking.
And no,
most
and
of those
I
states,
understand where you're coming from, but that's my point. Is even in Illinois, it's like they have to act violently. They have to break something in order to gain access, which is stupid because like. As he's saying, if they don't break anything to gain access, like what if you forget to leave the door unlocked and he just walks in the front door? You're not allowed to shoot him. Like that's kind of lame. But yeah, it's also like, look at this. It's also it always seems to be pretty white girls too, who get who this happens to.
Well, because they're soft targets.
Yeah, they are the softest of targets, really.
Federico, well, apart from babies, which is the Democrats want to fucking genocide too, but there's that. Anyway,
Federico blasted the justice system for its failure to protect not only his daughter but countless others. Quote, he should have been in jail for over 140 years for all the crimes he committed. You know how much time he spent in prison? A little over 600 days in 10 years. He's only 30 years old, Federico said.
600 days?
Yeah, less than 2 years in prison.
That's less than 2.
Yeah.
What?
He was committing...
Dude, that's insane.
He was committing 2.65 crimes a year since he was 15 years old, but nobody could figure out that he couldn't be rehabilitated. Well, you'd have to put him in prison to see if he could be rehabilitated. Isn't that the idea of prison? But no. That's the problem with him.
No one even tried.
Well, and that's the problem, I will admit, is that it is a meme to say that prison is about rehabilitation. It's not. Like the conditions.
It's about punishment.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying the conditions inside of prisons is not conducive to rehabilitation. It's not.
No, it hardens more people. it turns them more into hardened criminals. But that's the thing.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
why
okay,
the
well, that's
recidivism rate is
no,
so high, which is why I'm
yeah,
advocating for a system in which prisons are less restrictive depending upon the type of crime you commit.
depending on the crime. Yeah, no, I understand that. Because that's how, like, the way that the prison system is set up now is that's how you turn tax frauds into fucking crime overlords, because they're the ones who are, like, smart enough to have organized people, right?
Yeah, and then a lot of
And
now
then,
the only tax fraud people who end up in minimum security prison, as far as I know, is not the only ones. I'm sure a lot of them do, but a lot of them who have the resources to get good enough lawyers, you know, because
yep.
there are dudes in federal pound you in the ass prison for tax fraud, and it's just like, yes, tax fraud is bad.
No, and then that's where they turn from tax fraud into fucking, like, capo regimes and shit.
Yeah,
Well, they wouldn't be called capo regimes anymore, because well, at least in Australia, like, they, there's a very disturbing trend, and I guess I should have expected it, of those kinds of people turning to Islam and then getting integrated into Muslim gangs.
no, say it
Oh,
ain't so.
say it ain't so. Yeah, I know. It's but yeah, and yet no one seems to fucking make the connection. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, the heartbroken father vowed to keep fighting. I will fight until my last breath for my daughter. I'm not going to be quiet until somebody helps. Logan deserved to be heard. Everyone on this panel deserves to be heard. We will. Trust me, he vowed. You have the power. We put you into power to do what you have to do. We're begging you all to stop this. Records show Dickey faced nearly 40 charges since 2013, but was sentenced in only 8 cases involving robbery, drug possession, and larceny. In
Okay, so
in 2023, Dickey
drug possession is questionable in terms of whether he, in this discussion we're having, it's quite questionable whether he needs to be put into prison for that. Larceny is also another thing, because larceny is just, it's a very technical term for theft. There's like,
yeah,
I can't remember what the circumstances were for that, but yeah, it's a very technical term for theft. And then, but robbery, that involves specifically, like, bringing physical harm to a person
yeah.
in the conduct of a theft.
Generally speaking,
So
burglary is whenever you steal shit whenever nobody's around.
yeah, burglary is when you steal shit from, like, an empty property. Yes. So robbery involves actually, like, mugging. That's a mugging. Robbery is a mugging.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or
we know he's a violent criminal.
stealing the cash out of a cash register at gunpoint. That's a robbery.
Yeah, no, but that still involves violence or the threat.
Yeah,
of
no,
violence,
I'm
though,
agreeing
so
with
it's
you.
like,
I'm giving another example of what a robbery versus a burglary. Now, if you break
yeah,
into the store whenever nobody's there,
and then steal shit. Yeah, that's burglary. But still, again, like, as I was saying, like, that still involves violence, though. So I think that should still count. But
in 2023, Dickey pleaded guilty to third-degree burglary, receiving a 5-year sentence with over 410 days credited, and had his probation shortened for compliance. In the early morning of May 3rd, Dickey drove a stolen vehicle into the neighborhood and parked on Cypress Street, apparently at random, according to Columbia police. He then allegedly broke into one home, stealing car keys and a firearm, before entering the house where Federica was staying, where he allegedly executed her. Around 4 p.m. May 4th, a Gaston resident reported seeing a man, later identified as Dickey, emerge from the woods and steal a car. He crashed the vehicle shortly after, then fled on foot to the same Gaston home that law enforcement had visited the previous day, where he forced his way inside. Authorities surrounded the residence and ordered him to emerge, at which point Dickey allegedly tried to set fire to the home. Lexington County Sheriff's deputies detained him at the residence. Dickey is charged with murder, 2 counts of first-degree burglary, 2 counts of possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime, possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, 2 counts of grand larceny of a motor vehicle, and 3 counts of financial transaction card theft. He faces life in prison for the charges filed against him. And if he did it, which he did, let's not get it twisted. I know we have to say allegedly because, whatever. But, until he's convicted, legally he's innocent. But he fucking did it. We all know he did it.
yeah, yeah.
So, a Mormon church got shot up.
Yeah, and the way to make this political is the way they're making this political is now fucking.
Well, yeah,
disgusting.
this clearly was not a political killing. That's the thing. This was not politics. This was a because this was a
This is more sectarian than anything, really.
this was a
Sectarian violence, not political violence.
yeah, this was inter-Christian violence, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. This was not like, you know, this isn't like a trad cath or some went into like a a
Like a
Protestant
Mormon
church with
church and then
a
shut
Protestant
it up.
church with
It's like,
like
no.
pride flags on it and a female pastor, and he specifically said, "I'm doing this because gay shit in the
Because
church."
of the female pastor.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, this was a guy who did not like Mormons. Really didn't like Mormons.
Yep.
Michigan church shooter Thomas Sanford raged against Mormons to a candidate for city council in his hometown just days before burning a Latter-day Saints church to the ground and opening fire on congregants, calling the religion the Antichrist. Chris Johns, 44, who is running for a seat on the Burton City Council, told the Detroit Free Press he was canvassing on September 22nd when he encountered an extremely friendly Sanford as he was door-knocking constituents. Now, the sad thing about this whole thing, the whole thing is sad. Like, the whole thing is sad. Now, unlike the Charlie Kirk thing, or a lot of the other like trans violence where it was made abundantly clear that this was done over politics.
Yep.
Like, this one was not political, but the left immediately tried to politicize it. Like, Don Lemon, if I remember, he might have been talking about something else, but I'm pretty sure he was talking about this case specifically.
Yep.
It's like, why are white men so violent? I'm like, the statistics don't bear that out to be true, my dude. The two chatted for about 20 minutes. Sanford, at one point, opening up about his time serving in Iraq as a U.S. Marine and struggling with drug addiction upon returning home. Johns told the outlet the conversation
Unfortunately, an all too common story.
Yeah, no, I know. It's sad stuff. Took a very sharp turn as the subject of religious faith was brought up. Sanford saying he had a relationship with a woman whose family was Mormon when he lived in Utah. He also had a personal axe to grind with the LDS. So the council candidate, who has since been in contact with Michigan State Police and the FBI, said Sanford peppered him with questions about the tenets of the Mormon faith, the role Jesus plays in the religion, the history of the church, and its founder, Joseph Smith. It was very much standard anti-LDS talking points that you would find on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, he told the outlet. I just don't know what the next question was going to be. Sanford then stated that he considered Mormonism the Antichrist. John said he recognized Sanford instantly when he started seeing his image on TV and social media posts. Quote, "There are certain things you don't forget," he said. "This is not a forgettable guy." Sanford, 40, crashed his Chevy Silverado truck into the front door of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in a neighboring Grand Blanc on Sunday.
Nice truck too.
Yeah, I know. Before exiting the vehicle and shooting at worshippers with an assault rifle. Authorities said there were hundreds of congregants inside at the time. He also set the church on fire, destroying the structure. At least 4 people have been killed so far and 8 others injured. However, authorities said there could be more casualties who died inside the burning church. Johns did not immediately return a request for comment by the Post.
That's not good.
So yeah, I wanted to read this to make it clear. This really wasn't about politics. This was not like, this will get written up as right-wing violence because it was a Christian killing other Christians. But it wasn't done.
And it was a bet too.
Yeah, but it wasn't. But it's like, or this was a, but he, this is it. This wasn't a political killing. This was a
no.
This was a sectarian violence. This was Christians killing other Christians. 13 says, when a certain group of people gather and build things together meets a group of people who gather together and destroy things together, it's more than obvious who the violent ones are. Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very fair. It's a very fair comment.
But
Yeah, I don't know. This entire thing is just sad. Like the guy was a vet. He had a relationship with a Mormon woman that obviously fell apart, right?
Yeah.
And then he was already probably suffering mental issues from it, and then he just
Yeah.
seems to latch on to the idea that maybe the relationship fell apart because of her Mormonism.
Yep.
So
PTSD plus admitted, drug addiction. Plus, he probably never particularly cared for Mormonism.
yeah, it's a just bad fucking combination overall.
Yep.
Ugh.
And then the relationship falls apart. He blames the church. Bada bing,
Yep.
bada boom, and here we are.
Here we are.
But yeah, no, this was, right-wing violence in the sense that him and probably everybody else were ostensibly what we would refer to as right-wing people. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of libs in the Mormon Church, so I don't know. Well, but it is a sad thing. But yeah, I just I didn't want this story was big enough that I felt the need to cover it this week.
Mm. Well, it got made even bigger because of the fact that the retards were trying to turn it into a thing, into a political thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was evident it wasn't. So yeah, it's just pain.
Why are you like this?
What?
His wife became a sister wife. That could push people over the edge. I didn't read about that. 13. Did his wife leave him? Like the relationship with his family, like did his wife leave him and become somebody else's sister wife? And I thought officially the LDS didn't practice polygamy anymore. Like that's why there had to be that entire Mormon offshoot that went down to found a new church in Mexico, because I was under the impression the official stance of LDS now is that polygamy bad or polygamy no longer practiced. Oh, he was just kidding. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But
Fair
but no,
enough.
it is. But that is a thing that, as from what I understand, like the LDS officially changed its stance on polygamy years ago, and that an entire section of the Mormon Church had to go down to Mexico basically to start. Well, they didn't all go down to Mexico. Some of them just started splinter churches that are still here in the United States. But there's Mormonism is surprisingly big in Mexico.
Yep.
That well-to-do
Well,
family.
it makes it makes sense because Mexicans are incredibly pagan about their Catholicism. So when you take the theology of the Mormon Church into account, it kind of makes sense. But then, this is not the time to discuss that shit. We should do more of the much thonks that we used to do. Like, just have stupid.
Yeah, well, I
topics,
mean that is an interesting
deep dives into
thing.
those topics.
Like when you say Mexican Catholicism is very pagan, like what do you mean by that? Like,
Well, like the way they the shit with Santa Muerte and all that. Like that's actually fucking heresy.
okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah,
Yeah, like shit like that. And then they have all these fucking strange pagan beliefs, which is it's kind of rich coming from a Southeast Asian Catholic like myself, because we have our fair share of retardation about that shit as well, but it's not to the same, we don't sanctify, as in turn into saints fucking concepts. Like we have some semblance of ancestor worship, which is like a relic of our cultures linked to China, to the Chinese cultural heritage, but we don't try to sort of amalgamate it into Catholicism the way that essentially the way that Mexicans do. Yeah, well, not just Mexicans, but a lot of South America is very very big into that, which is kind of weird to me. Like the best way I've heard it put is South American Catholicism is very similar to African Islam, where it's still basically the same animist bullshit, but they just slapped a nice overarching monotheistic label on it.
yeah. It's
So
also
yeah.
Caribbean
Anyway.
Catholicism also has a lot of pagan shit in it too.
But that's I mean, Okay, I should have said like a Hispanic or Latino fucking.
Well, no, but I agree. I was
thing
just
there.
saying it's all like, yeah, you're not wrong. A lot of these, like,
Yeah.
a lot
Well,
of not.
because Caribbean, like the Caribbean, I would say is part of that same sphere. Right? Like Cuba is in the Caribbean, the
Oh, well,
Dominican
sure.
Republic is in the Caribbean. Like Haiti, well, it's not like a Hispanic like domain. You know, like Trinidad and Tobago is in the Caribbean. Like, yeah, while they're not Hispanic domains, it's like they're part of that same sort of
Yeah.
cultural sphere, I guess is what you would call it. But yeah.
But yeah, speaking of more religious violence, there was a synagogue attack in Manchester, in England.
Oh, I have something to add here that I don't know whether you pulled up, but
What's that?
there's something funny. So how many victims are there so far?
Two have been two are dead. 2 people are dead.
Oh.
But I don't know how many people were injured because I know he ran his car into some
Oh.
people and then he stabbed people.
2 are confirmed dead. Guess what?
Yeah, what?
Both of the people confirmed dead were killed by the cops.
I heard one of them might have been killed by the cops. Is it both of them?
I from what I heard, it was both of them. Give me a second. Let me find the fucking thing.
I was gonna say because like
Blah,
that
blah,
is
blah.
a huge...
Oh no, it was one. It was one. It was one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of them. One of them is confirmed killed by the cops because he died of gunshot wounds and the guy did not have guns.
Yeah, no, I did hear about that. That like at least one of the people who were injured or possibly killed that day were caught in the crossfire.
No, killed.
Huge,
Killed. No,
huge.
Yeah.
L for British police.
Wow, the British police are so fucking incompetent. They can't even shoot fucking straight because they've been dealing with what was it, non-crime hate incidents for so fucking long. Fucking hell! Like, can the UK become any more of a joke at this point?
Oh, give it time.
It's sad.
I'm sure it could top this.
Like, it's sad, don't get me wrong, I don't like the UK being this way, but like, again, this is another one of those things where it's like, well, I don't want to hear any fucking Eurofag, which includes the UK, complaining about American cops ever again, or anything American ever again. It's like, dude, like, go fix your own fucking shit first, because your societies are crumbling faster than fucking anything, despite your claim of, ooh, we have legitimate fucking... Fuck you. Fucking use all that legitimacy to fix the fucking problem then.
Police in Manchester shot and killed a man after he rammed his car and began stabbing people outside of a synagogue on Yom Kippur. That was another thing. This was a Muslim man who attacked a Jewish synagogue on Yom Kippur when he knew that it would have the most impact, not only culturally because Yom Kippur War, whatever. It's the holiest day of the year for the Jews, but also probably because he knew that of all the days, even when most of the kind of like secular Jews, a lot of them still go to temple on Yom Kippur.
Yeah.
They'll tell you, like a lot of Jews will tell you, I go to temple twice a year. I go to temple on Yom Kippur, I go to temple on Passover, and that's it. Or Hanukkah, whatever. Or Hanukkah, Passover, Yom Kippur. That like these are the only days of the year they ever bother going to temple. So he also knew this.
Yeah, it's the same way. It's the same way that Christians have you're a Christian 3 times a year.
Oh yeah,
Good Friday, Easter, and Christmas.
Yep. And hell, Good Friday and Easter is the same weekend.
So or you go 3 times a year. Like the other variation of that is Easter, Christmas, and your birthday. Is the only times you go to church. Yep.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so there's a lot of. He also knew that would probably be like the most packed day of the year in terms of how many people would have been to temple that particular day.
Yep. Yeah.
The attack left 2 other people dead and several more badly injured, officials said. The incident unfolded Thursday morning at Heaton Park Hebrew Congregation Synagogue in Crumpspall. I hate British names for towns. An area with a large Jewish community about 4 miles north of the city center. The BBC reports that Greater Manchester Police were called at 9:31 BST, British Standard Time, to reports of a car hitting members of the public and a stabbing. By 9:37, a major incident had been declared. According to police, officers fired on a man at 9:38 who they believe was the attacker. He died at the scene. GMP confirmed 2 other fatalities and said 3 additional people remain in serious condition with injuries caused by both the vehicle and the stabbing. Jewish
No, they
worshippers.
did report that one of them one of them died from gunshot wounds. Of course they didn't.
Well,
Fucking hell.
I don't think that had become. This is from the second. I
Evident
don't.
yet?
Yeah, this is from the second. And I don't
Okay.
think that the whole thing with the cop killing one of the people was until yesterday, the 3rd.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Jewish worshippers inside the synagogue were kept in place until the surrounding area was secured and have since been evacuated. The attack has been declared a terrorist incident. I'm not gonna. I don't care what Keir Starmer has to say. I really don't care. Fucking kick the Muslims out of your country, Keir, or shut up.
You're taking the JD Vance fucking stance. I don't really care what you think, Margaret.
Yeah, Keir, I don't really give a shit what you call it.
Yep.
Eyewitness Garrett Tung, who was making deliveries
Fucking hell,
nearby.
what a name.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe it's Garrett
Bresh.
Tunge. Gareth Tunge. I don't know.
I don't know.
Described seeing a
Or
man.
it could be extra retarded and be like Garrett Tongy.
Yeah, maybe. But eyewitness Gareth Tung. I'm just gonna go with Tung for now.
Yeah.
Who was making deliveries nearby, described seeing a man bleeding out on the floor and another trying to break into a building with a knife. Within seconds, the police arrived. They gave him a couple warnings. He didn't listen, so they opened fire. Tung told the BBC, or Tung told
Yeah,
the
apparently
BBC,
that guy on the video that was bleeding out on the ground, on like outside the gate. Apparently that guy was the one who was shot by the cops.
Jesus Christ.
It's just fucking hell, man. Like,
what is
how
wrong
fucked
with,
is this?
What is wrong?
What is wrong with the British fucking cops, man? Jeez. Literally, nigga, what is wrong with you?
He said the suspect went down, tried to get back up, and was shot again. It was nerve-wracking to see, he added.
Nerve-wracking. Fucking hell.
Bomb disposal teams were also called, and shortly after 1:20 p.m., a controlled explosion was carried out within the police cordon. Helicopters, including one linked to SAS counterterrorism operations, circled the area as police, fire, and ambulance units responded. Video and images verified by the BBC show a man matching the suspect's description being shot by officers near the perimeter of the synagogue. Police have stressed there is no further threat to the public, but continue to urge people to avoid the area. The attack took place in Yom Kippur, the holiest day in Judaism. I just would like to point out again, now, like, whatever you want to say about what's going on in Gaza, whatever. Jews don't do this shit in first world countries. They just don't. When's the last time you heard about a Jew shooting up a place? When's the last time you heard about like a Jewish extremist blowing something up or ramming his car into like a crowd of people? Like, you know, when's the last time you heard about like Jews stabbing people? You know what I mean?
Like even during the height of the independence movement, I guess, in Israel, right? Like those people didn't target anyone outside of Israel. Like the Irgun and Delhi.
Yeah.
They all like targeted people in Israel. And like, I mean, yes, they did. They killed the Volker Bernadotte, which is retarded, because he was literally like an ambassador from the UN. But like, yeah, like that still happened within the grounds of the conflict zone, I guess is what you would call it.
Yeah, and it was also, it's
like they never exported their terrorism outside.
Yeah, no, they didn't. There's just like, because like, what good would it do? Like, what good would Jewish extremists in Israel, like, or Jewish extremists, like what good would it do?
That shit,
yeah, what good would it do the
UK
cause?
and the US.
Yeah, like what good would it do the cause there? You know, like it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, in that like in a similar way, like what do you call it? Like the Irish did the same thing, right? Like when the IRA is well known for like all of the fucking terrorism they committed and shit, right? But it's like, yeah, but that's all within the British Isles, so it was kept within like the borders of the conflict, essentially.
Were there a few IRA attacks that was carried out in the United States?
Were there?
No, I'm asking.
I'm not aware. There, but well, I mean, now's a good time to look it up, isn't it? Should we?
Yeah, I'm
IRA
looking it up
attacks
right
in the
now.
United States. Oh, okay.
I typed in IRA
attacks
terrorism carried out outside the UK and Ireland.
in the US.
The IRA carried out numerous terrorist attacks outside the UK and Ireland, primarily targeting British military personnel in mainland Europe. While the majority of the violence during the Troubles occurred within Northern Ireland, the IRA extended its campaign to create pressure on the British government. Okay, so they did go outside the UK at least a little bit.
Okay, well, that makes sense for
1988.
people then.
In 1988, they did a terrorism in the Netherlands against a Royal Air Force base. So again, they only attacked Brits. The IRA.
Okay, so it was kept they kept the scope of the problem within. I don't know, would you say that's reasonable? I don't know. Nothing's reasonable when it comes to terrorism, right? But the idea is that it's British targets. They never went after
So here's another one in 1988. An IRA unit shot and killed a German woman named Heidi Hazel, believing her to be a British Army member as she sat in her car near a British Army married quarter in Unna, Germany.
Bruh. All right, so what did we learn from this class? The Irish are retarded.
Yes.
Truly the niggers of Europe.
Oh man, those are my people, and I do not in any
we
way
agree
feel compelled to defend them.
Well, we agree that you are retarded, so it's okay.
Well, yeah, but yep.
Yeah,
I am, but I'm mostly Scott. Thank you very much.
It's still a fucking goal, though.
I'm a Celt. Thank you.
Fucking doesn't matter. Say what the fuck? What are the goals then? You niggas literally call your native languages Gaelic. All right.
That's
Fuck
true.
off.
That's true. Thank you very much. But at the end of wouldn't that mean that at the end of the day you're just like a Mongol or a Chink? If you go back far enough.
I hate it, but it's true. No, but I mean, dude, I literally can trace my fucking bloodline back to Genghis Khan. I told you this. What the fuck?
Well, yeah, you did. So you're a filthy you're a filthy Mongoloid.
God damn it.
Anyway, back to our current favorite curry muncher.
Yes.
The
fact that his name is fucking Kash too is just it's fucking perfect for memes, man.
And Kash is short for Kaship.
Kashyap.
Yeah. Kashyap Patel.
Short for Kashyap. Kashyap Patel. Fucking hell. It's dude, can you make a more Jewy name for a fucking for a Raj? You cannot if you tried.
I mean Kash has replaced
entire fucking thing is just ridiculous. Look, I love Kash Patel, but fucking hell, man. What is up with what is up with this universe we're currently in? This is just fucked.
Yeah. Well, Kash has replaced Vivek as my favorite curry muncher, but Vivek is still number 2. He's just been Kash has just been more in my face recently.
More based.
Yeah.
Yes. And he is actually more based because Vivek advocated for it. Kash is actually doing it, so there's that.
Well, Kash was the one that was given the job.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that Vivek was not given the job because I don't know. He started mouthing off about that fucking H-1B visa shit. So
no, he didn't though. He did a little bit. Like fucking Elon was the one mouthing off about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Vivek released that one stupid Boy Meets World statement, and that was all he said on the topic.
Okay.
Elon was out there calling people retarded and saying that that he would fuck them in the face and all kinds of stuff.
His autism went full engaged.
Oh,
okay.
Yes, it did. Fucking Vivek was just all like, "Hey, got a problem with American education." And in fact, in his big pro H-1B statement, he never even used the term H-1B one time. I know, I've read that thing top to bottom 20 times.
Fair enough.
Vivek is also consistently, over the years, since at least 2023 when I first heard of the guy, has been a consistent critic of the H-1B program. And when you consider that Vivek Ramaswamy, at a time where we had 200,000 H-1B hires, he only hired 29 of them. Yeah. In Roivant and his other company, he only hired 29 H-1Bs. Only 29. So it's not like he was saying one thing and doing another completely. Like, obviously, H-1Bs in that particular sector, it's just a thing that's, whatever. But like, it would be better optically if he didn't hire any H-1Bs at all. But it could also be entirely possible that like the reason why he took in so few H-1Bs is because he's like, God, this sucks. When I run for
Yeah,
president,
he's like, oh, 29 is enough.
yeah, it's like, God, it's like, this sucks. When I like in my upcoming presidential campaign, I'm going to talk about like gutting the H-1B system and doing a full reformation of it. And Trump's not even reforming it. Trump's just all like, oh, well, it costs $100,000 now. Have fun with that. Anyway, back to Kash Patel.
Wait. Yeah, back to Kash Patel. Yep.
He is he's cut all FBI ties with the ADL.
Good.
Yes, very good. Very based. The FBI announced Wednesday it had cut all ties with the Anti-Defamation League and a welcome development. However, the FBI should also cut ties with an even worse organization, the Southern Poverty Law Center. I'll get to that in a second. While the ADL has twisted the facts to promote a leftist narrative, attacking critics of transgender ideology and straining to find any excuse to deny the Nashville transgender shooter was driven by left-wing extremism, the SPLC has a long and ignominious history of demonizing conservatives and carrying water for Antifa. Based on the FBI's decision to cut ties with the ADL, it should also distance itself from the SPLC.
Yeah.
I'll get to it in a second. The ADL, quote, James Comey disgraced the FBI by writing love letters to the ADL and embedding agents with an extreme group functioning like a terrorist organization and the disgraceful operations they ran spying on Americans, Director Kash Patel told Fox News Digital earlier this week. That was not law enforcement. It was activism dressed up as counterterrorism, and it put Americans in danger. Comey declared his and the FBI's love for the ADL at the organization's leadership summit in Washington, D.C. in May of 2017. He called a previous 2014 speech a love letter to the ADL. Quote, 3 years later, I can say from the perspective of the FBI, we're still in love with you, he said. That era is finished, Patel said this week. This FBI formally rejects Comey's policies and any partnership with the ADL. As the Daily Signal exclusively reported last year, the ADL flagged online amplifiers of the LGBTQ plus hate as extremists as extremists to be examined by law enforcement. So put on watch lists. The ADL pushed law enforcement to scrutinize opponents of transgender ideology, such as the Daily Wire's Matt Walsh and the Manhattan Institute's Christopher Rufo. Interesting how the ADL didn't want to put Ben Shapiro on a watch list. And I'm not saying this as a Ben Shapiro hater. I don't love Ben Shapiro, but I don't hate the man. But it's just, of course, the Jew organization would not want to target the Jew who says the exact same shit that Matt Walsh and Chris Rufo says.
Yeah, but like the problem, the thing is, right? Like, it's like Matt Walsh, like, but the thing that interests me as well is like, okay, Andrew Klavan is not on that. Like, Matt Walsh basically says the same thing as him. Fucking yeah. Michael Knowles also says the same thing. Like, what?
You'd think they would put Klavan on there for being. It's obviously because Klavan is also a Jew, but he's a Christian.
Yeah, ethnically Jewish, but he's a convert. Yeah.
So it's just interesting that, or it's not interesting.
They didn't put Knowles in it. It's weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, all four of the Daily Wire Big Four, they all say they all are in practically lockstep on the trans issue, and it's but like the two Jews didn't get on the list, and Knowles didn't get on the list either. It's possible that Knowles is on the list, but he's lower profile than Walsh.
Than Matt Walsh on the transgender issue.
Yeah, I mean, what is a woman? Everybody knows that's a lot of people think that's Matt Walsh's pet issue, which I would argue it's not.
Yes.
It's an issue he's passionate about because of the kid thing, but because of the child aspect. Honestly, a lot of Christian conservatives probably would be live and let live with the trannies if they weren't trying to do shit with kids, because that's really when it started. Yes, obviously you could find Christians going, gays and trannies, I don't like it. but like there wasn't like this huge political groundswell.
They started
around...
going fucking nuts over it because of the whole bathroom issue. Because they started forcing themselves into kids' bathrooms.
Yeah.
And into, well, not just kids' bathrooms, but like, insisting the right to go into bathrooms with chicks. It's just like,
exactly.
Well,
and then
the problem with that is that, kids go into those same bathrooms, and it's like, okay, well, that's not good.
Yeah, then the kid shit started, and then like the pride
The whole
parades,
drag queen fucking story hours, like what the fuck, bro?
And then the pride parades.
Hold up.
Then the pride parades got extra degenerate. They were always a little degenerate, but like the early pride parades really weren't that bad.
It got way worse.
Yeah. Whenever kink at pride became a thing, but yeah, they kind of like you basically kind of forced them to take a stand, whereas before they basically would have just sneered at you and then went about their business. You kind of like you brought this out of them, But no, Matt Walsh. It's hard to say what Matt Walsh's pet issue is because it's almost like he doesn't have one necessarily. You could say it's like it's probably family stuff in general is probably his pet issue because of the Wire guys, he's the one with the biggest family. The dude's got 6 kids.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah, he did 13. Matt Walsh also did the follow-up movie Am I Racist? He did. And Am I Racist? Of the two, I think Am I Racist is a better movie. Like they're both good.
I've not actually seen Am I Racist.
Yeah, they're both good. They're both funny. But I enjoyed Am I Racist more. I thought Am I Racist was funnier.
I should watch it. I still have my Daily Wire membership.
That's how I watched it. I watched it with your Daily Wire credentials. I did. I got on Daily Wire with your login and was like, I'm going to watch Am I Racist? This is great. This is hilarious.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I should watch it. Fucking
I have to ask myself this question. Am I racist? I need to get on there and watch Lady Ballers. I heard Lady Ballers was just like the worst kind of cringe conservative humor, but like I got to check it out.
Oh, it is, but I still found it relatively fucking entertaining, to be honest with you.
I haven't watched it yet, but I need to watch it. But yeah, now we could go. I could take the time to read the rest of this Daily Signal article about why the SPLC is actually worse. But I'm not going to bother because Kash also cut ties with the SPLC.
Based. Yes. Based budget.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, based curry muncher. Listen, he can swear in on 10 Gitas. I don't care as long as he keeps doing what he's doing. The FBI... Fucking... fucking this is what happened. Fucking he cuts ties with the ADL, and then he gets a call from the SPLC. He answers the phone and he just says,
"Leave me alone, please. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, please. Leave me alone."
We haven't used that one in a while.
Yep. No, he gets that. After that, he does hear them out, and he's just like he's Kash sitting on the phone just listening to the SPLC guy. He's just like and then he goes,
"I do not associate with niggers."
Then he hangs up the phone. Oh God.
Beautiful. Fucking beautiful.
Leave me alone, please. Leave me alone. The FBI has confirmed that it severed all ties with the Southern Poverty Law Center, a far-left activist group that puts conservatives and Christians on a hate map along with KKK chapters. The hate map has inspired at least one terrorist attack against a conservative organization. Quote, "The Southern Poverty Law Center long ago abandoned civil rights work and turned into a partisan smear machine," FBI Director Kash Patel told the Daily Signal in a statement Friday. "Their so-called hate map has been used to defame mainstream Americans and even inspire violence. This disgraceful record makes them unfit for any FBI partnership," Patel added. The FBI confirmed that it that it has no intelligence products from the SPLC and does not engage in contact or information sharing with the FPLC. The statement,
like whatever you think of the ADL, like it's because and how it was founded and shit. Because that is a very contentious case. Have you do you know what the case that founded the ADL was?
I don't know the details of it. I know that like it was a something involving a Jewish guy, and it turned out he was guilty or something like that.
No, so like the thing is that a Jewish guy who was accused of of the what is it, of the rape and murder of some white girl,
Yeah.
right? And the thing is that he seemed so guilty that even the KKK side, like, because the KKK sided with the black guy that was accused of the rape and murder.
Mm-hmm.
But he was let off.
Yeah.
Like he got off, but then when he got like the moment he got off, a mob lynched him. So that's how the KKK got founded. The ADL got founded.
Damn.
Yeah.
You were roboting. Fucking. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on. Trying to make sure we're good. We good? Are we good?
I don't know. Testing.
No, I'm just trying to make sure. Let me. Fuck. Hold on. We gotta make sure. No, because OBS disconnected, but it reconnected. I think it reconnected quick enough that the stream just reconnected. Like
didn't drop out. Oh, okay.
I didn't have to.
Sweet.
Yeah. I think.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still live on YouTube. Okay.
All right. Sweet. But yeah, so the Jewish guy was initially accused of it. He accused a black guy who was the janitor of the factory in question for the murder. He went to trial. He got let off, and he went to trial. Like during the days upcoming to the trial, even the KKK sided with the black guy because they were like, "Oh, you're so thing," But then it's like that's not really surprising. The KKK doesn't like Jews either.
No, they don't.
Yeah, so it's like that gets used by Jewsburgs as a reason, like, to prove that he's guilty. Anyway, point being is that he got let off in the trial, and then he got lynched.
The Jew or
and
the black guy?
Yeah, the Jew. So because of that, the ADL was founded.
I see.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Far enough. But yes, so that's the story of the ADL, I guess.
I see.
Yeah, I don't know. Like most historians now who study like all the evidence and shit of that case say that the black guy was actually guilty.
Oh well, I don't know.
So I don't know. I don't have an opinion one way or the other. But either way, like whether the founding of the ADL was justified or not, they're fucking shitlib organization now that deserves to be fucking
yeah, like the whatever it was when it was started, it's like, I've literally never met a Jew that likes the ADL. Ever.
Yeah, neither.
Our current favorite Jew, the blue Jew himself, Nuxanor, he doesn't like the ADL.
He doesn't like the ADL either. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like
Like the nicest thing I've ever heard Shapiro say about the ADL was that it started with good intentions, but he doesn't like it. It's like,
yeah, that's the arch Jew Ben Shapiro himself, right? Like,
yeah, the Jewiest Jew who ever Jewed, Ben Shapiro.
Whoever Jewed.
Yes, he doesn't like the ADL. So and like I said, I've met a few Jews in my personal life. And the few that I've talked to about the ADL, anytime it's come up, they either didn't know what the fuck it was,
they don't like it,
or they don't like it,
or didn't like it. Yep.
But yeah, no, ADL bad. I agree. While the SPLC began its public interest law firm focused on civil rights cases, it gained its reputation by suing KKK groups into bankruptcy and developed a decades-long relationship with law enforcement combating real hate. After the Klan largely disappeared, the SPLC started targeting mainstream conservative and Christian groups, putting them on a hate map alongside Klan chapters. In 2012, a domestic terrorist used the hate map to target the Family Research Council, a conservative Christian think tank in Washington, D.C. He planned to kill everyone in the building. A building manager largely foiled the attack, but suffered lifelong injuries in the process. The SPLC condemned the attack, but kept the council on the hate map ever since. The man who opened fire at a Republican practice session for the congressional baseball game in 2017, nearly killing then House Majority Whip Steve Scalise, had liked the SPLC on Facebook. The SPLC condemned the attack as well. The SPLC added Turning Point USA to the hate map mere months before an assassin with a transgender boyfriend allegedly murdered Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk. The SPLC condemned the attack, but has not removed Turning Point USA from the hate map. Like, TPUSA has members of all races, blacks, Hispanics, Asians, even has gays working for it, gay people. So, like, on what planet is TPUSA count as a hate group? It doesn't, obviously.
Well, on this one, actually.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
Evidently, it's this one. No,
Like,
it makes no sense.
Fucking Officer Tatum went out and did a TPUSA event multiple times. Like, come on. Like, he's done events with Tulsi Gabbard and Vivek Ramaswamy, like, not white people. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, this is the reason why the SPLC is horseshit, because they'll just lie. This is a hate group. Who do they hate? What hateful thing has anyone involved with TPUSA ever said? I'm waiting.
And how can you call it hate, right? Like, hate is an irrational, like, dislike of something, you know. But
Sure.
like it assumes certain characteristics of people just because of a specific. No, it assumes certain dispositions of people because of certain characteristics they have.
Yes.
How does that work with, as you just said, like, you know, an organization that is run and staffed by people of literally every stripe?
Yeah. Now, is TPUSA
makes-
majority white? Probably, yes. Sure. Like,
Probably.
if you took a head count
We
of
don't
everyone
know
who works
because
for
there's
TPUSA,
thousands of fucking chapters.
well, yeah, but I'm
Like-
more than willing to admit that in America in 2025, the majority group who populates membership
Would be
of
white.
TPUSA
Yeah,
would be
no,
white
no.
people.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that probably, but we don't know for sure because I just said, like, there's thousands of chapters and thousands of chapter heads. It's like, how do you actually know? You know?
Oh God, get out of my face, cat. Where was I? Okay, condemned. Okay, a bureau official told Daily Signal that the FBI was aware that the hate map included TPUSA before the shooting. Patel noted that he had previously criticized the SPLC at a panel on anti-Christian bias. Quote, in April, during our anti-Christian bias panel, I made it clear that the FBI will never rely on politicized or agenda-driven intelligence from outside groups, and certainly not from the SPLC, the director told the Daily Signal. Under the FBI, all ties with the SPLC have officially been terminated. At that April event, Patel slammed the FBI under President Joe Biden's administration, particularly for the notorious memo in which the FBI's Richmond, Virginia office, working with other field offices, urged agents to develop sources inside traditionalist Catholic churches and to target radical traditional Catholic hate groups, citing the SPLC. Like, what radical traditional?
How do you have?
Yeah.
How do you like that? Listen to the word they use: radical. Traditional.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That's exact fucking opposites, you complete goddamn retards. How do you have a radical tradition? Fuck off. Fuck right off. And And you know what? It's disappointing. It's utterly disappointing to me that the only 2 fucking Catholic presidents we've had have been the complete fucking dumbasses. It's just, God, why?
Yeah, Kennedy and Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Critics have long accused the SPLC of being anti-Christian, and the group responded to these claims by noting that it does not put all Christian groups on the hate map. For years, the SPLC cited its decision not to put the organization focus on the family on the hate map as evidence it wasn't anti-Christian. This year, it added focus to the map. In 2018, it's like what a great way to any like credit at you anybody, which nobody gave them any credit anyway, nobody with any intelligence, but like then they just turn around and go fuck it, put them on there. In 2018, then Attorney General Jeff Sessions pledged that the Justice Department would not partner with groups like the SPLC. The Biden administration reversed that, however. The SPLC has tremendous impact outside of law enforcement. Then SPLC President Margaret Huang bragged in a 2021 donor meeting that many agencies in the new Biden administration reached out to solicit our expertise to help shape policies that the new administration is adopting to counter the domestic terrorism threat. That wasn't hyperbole. The Justice Department received a briefing from the SPLC shortly after it added Moms for Liberty to the hate map in June 2023. Think about this. The SPLC would literally put anyone to like the right of Stalin as a domestic terrorist. Like a lot of these lefties you just can't share a country with these fucking people anymore. Sometimes it feels like.
You know the warning that Scott Adams fucking put out? When was it? 2022.
He said just replace black people with Democrats. Get the hell away from Democrats.
Just lefties. Yeah, like literally just that applies to large swathes of these people now. It's fucked.
Because you can't fix
it's honestly
this.
Fucked.
Because you can't fix this. Let me tell you what I would like to do, unironically. And I would 100% advocate for this if we could do it peacefully and all these things. Imagine if the U.S. government basically tells Democrats, lefties, all the leftists, whoever would fall under this umbrella. But like, look, you hate us, we hate you. Fine. California, Washington State, and Oregon. I know there's still a lot of red areas in all 3 of those states, but whatever, for the sake of like this scenario.
Do you want to do like a India and Pakistan fucking exchange where anyone who wants to move to like California?
Yeah, basically.
To the West.
Yeah, the 3 West Coast states. We're gonna partition that off. You guys are your own country now. Anyone who wants to go move there, y'all can elect Gavin Newsom. I'll tell you what, we'll even throw in a fucking. We're gonna buy Baja from Mexico, and it could be part of your country too.
And
whatever.
Incorporate that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the entire coastline, you got everything you need there. You got multiple different types of climates. You got oil. You've got farmland. You've got everything you need to make a completely functional and self-sustaining country. But you're not American citizens anymore. You guys are your own thing. You're your own country now. Or fuck it, join Canada. I don't care. Like what you do. But like I would be perfectly okay with that. Imagine if we got Portland, Seattle, LA, and San Francisco. And then, all the blue bullshit around all that.
Out of the equation?
Yes.
Well, you'd still have to fucking remember Minnesota and Wisconsin as well, because.
Yeah, but like we can't balkanize in.
Oh, you just want.
We can't.
You just want to make it like so. It's like a contiguous piece of land. So like anyone who wants to move to those states can move the fuck out of those states as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Before like the India-Pakistan fucking situation.
Yeah, and anybody currently living, any Republican current or right winger, anybody who currently lives in California, Oregon, or Washington wants to get the fuck out of there and come like move out into the Midwest or the South or the Northeast or whatever, and then anybody who doesn't want to be a part of America anymore can just go. And yeah, sure, it's like we don't have 50 states anymore. Like, who cares? And then you those states, I mean, they can stay 3 separate states, basically do like in America with only 3 states if they want, or it becomes one giant country. It doesn't matter. I don't care what they do. They're their own country at that point. And then we can take the rest of the country and keep it for ourselves. But of course, that's bullshit because nobody would ever agree to something like that.
Yep.
It would have to be like something like everything west of the Rockies, and even then, that's just like that's ceding too much land. But yeah, no. Big tech companies like Amazon have used the hate map to screen recipients for its former Amazon Slime program, where customers could designate a portion of their purchases to go to support certain charities and other nonprofits. Companies like Eventbrite, PayPal, and Hyatt Hotels have relied on SPLC hate accusations to decide who they will allow to use their platforms and facilities. Donor networks worth billions have pledged to keep charitable funds from going to SPLC-labeled hate groups. The SPLC enjoys this impact despite multiple scandals. The center fired its co-founder and saw its president resign in 2019 in a 2019 racial discrimination and sexual harassment scandal. Amid that scandal, SPLC staff created a union that was part of a union organization that represented radical anti-Israel group Jewish Voice for Peace. And amid a round of layoffs last year, the SPLC union accused the center of engaging in union busting. So they can't even stick to their own principles. That's the funny thing. Despite its penurious name, I think that's how you pronounce that, the SPLC has, I've not even ever heard that word before. Holy shit. The SPLC has an endowment of more than $700 million, compensates its leaders handsomely, and possesses more than $30 million in offshore accounts, according to IRS filings. Finally, the SPLC has troubling ties to Antifa, the loosely organized movement of far-left agitators that President Trump recently declared a domestic terrorist group. So yeah, this idea that the SPLC are just goodest boys who didn't do nothing and they're only here to call out racism and bigotry is just not true. They just hate anybody to the right, like I said, to the right of Stalin. And hell, depending upon who you ask.
Watch as some lefty tells you that Stalin is actually right wing.
Yeah. Yep. Sure, mate.
Oh no, seriously. I've had people tell me that Obama was actually a Republican, specifically because of the things that I said I didn't like that he did while claiming to be left wing. So,
yeah, it's a crock of shit. All right, we're starting to run. So let's just this is the good news. We're getting close to good news territory. The ADL in crisis abandons glossary of extremism and hate after TPUSA backlash. The Anti-Defamation League, which has served as an ideological goon for the left in much of the same fashion as the Southern Poverty Law Center has, suddenly deleted its infamous glossary of extremism and hate after it was overwhelmed by backlash against its slander of TPUSA. ADL produced a long report on just how evil TPUSA was on its infamous list of hate groups. To put that into perspective, the ADL is perfectly fine with and defends Antifa from its critics, despite a long history of violent attacks and an annoying tendency to riot and commit arson, but they find having conversations to be dangerous. The backlash against the ADL has been intense and well-deserved. It long ago weaponized its status as a defender of a legitimately endangered group, Jews, for the purpose of slandering conservatives who are ironically often the most voracious defenders of Jews. Interesting, right? Funny how that works. That's the thing. Yeah. The SPLC and the ADL, both very nominally pro-Jewish groups, always attack the section of the country that is the most pro-Jewish. Funny how that works. To benefit Democrats and very liberal causes.
They're both incredibly anti-Israel too. So.
The backlash is not only well deserved, but will also have a long-term implications for the group. The FBI, which has long relied on the ADL as a source of training for its officers, has severed their relationship with it. Perhaps if some other Republican were president, he would hesitate to make the move out of fear of criticism implying he's anti-Semitic. It's hard to make that accusation against Trump and so far, I haven't seen anybody try in that case. In his first term, people called him an anti-Semite. Oh yeah, he's an anti-Semite with his Jewish son-in-law, his convert daughter, and their 3 Jewish children. You know, Trump, first of all, is used to being slandered and
he gets talked about as a Jewish shield because of his support for Israel, like especially most recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then how do you call him an anti-Semite while you accuse him of being too pro-Jewish?
Yeah, it doesn't, because they always want everything both ways.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said earlier, the Jewsbergs, and to be fair, a lot of the Jewsbergs are right-wingers, but the Jewsbergs they want it both ways. They want to simultaneously say that the Holocaust either is way over-exaggerated or didn't happen outright, and then they also say that the Jews totally it did happen and the Jews totally deserved it. So they want it both ways. Trump, first of all, is used to being slandered and unafraid. And, of course, he is the most pro-Israel and pro-Jewish president in American history. Visit the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem if you doubt that. It's hard to know whether other organizations will follow the lead of the FBI, but I suspect that many will organize. Organizations like the ADL and the SPLC get their power to bully others largely because the establishment signals that they should be seen as authorities. They have power through a transitive property. They are seen as something of a proxy for the real power. If their patrons turn their back, it matters. The ADL's power has been immense. They have helped guide censorship. They have helped guide the censorship complex by labeling people or organizations as dangerous, leading advertisers to avoid being seen supporting hate. A few words from the ADL can cripple the financial health or at least substantially harm almost anybody they like. Their influence goes beyond censorship. They also actively promote leftist causes, many of which are only in the most tangentially way related to their stated goal of fighting the defamation of Jews. As with many liberal groups, they abuse the moral capital they have acquired by serving what people see as a good cause and use it to promote unrelated ones. The left has romanticized the ADL to create a mystique that it is a uniquely moral institution with an earned authority to lecture us and censor us. The TPUSA misstep.
Was it
What?
You know who we should go after next?
Who?
ACLU.
I agree. I used to like the ACLU a lot, but they're completely corrupted. Take them down, destroy them. I'd love to see the FBI or the ACLU or any government institution that is involved with the ACLU. I'd love to see those ties severed too. The TPU, they've fallen so far because they were founded to defend, not founded to defend them, but like one of their famous early cases was defending the KKK's right to demonstrate. The ACLU today would never do that.
It wasn't just the KKK; it was neo-Nazis too.
Yeah.
So, I think it was like the '67 case. I think in Tennessee somewhere.
Yeah. The TPUSA misstep, though, was an emperor has no clothes moment. Everybody who knew much about the ADL was aware that they were little else but a partisan Democrat Party front group, but until now, everybody pretended otherwise. Will this backlash cripple the ADL? Probably not, because the left will rush to their defense in all likelihood, although among leftists, the defense will be muted since Jews are not particularly well loved by Democrats these days. But it will definitely hurt. Prior criticism of the ADL have resulted in the organization doubling down, not retreating, so this is something new entirely. Yep. Crazy stuff. But good stuff. Like I said, Kash, that's why I called today's episode Kash the Conqueror, because he's out there, he's putting in work. He's getting stuff done, and I appreciate it. I voted for this. So the government shut down.
I'd like to say the same thing, but I can't because I can't vote.
Yeah.
US, yeah.
Yep, fair enough.
But if I could, I would have voted for this.
But yeah, the government of the United States of America is currently, the federal government is currently shut down.
Oh no! Oh, that's horrible. Oh no!
Anyway. Oh no. Anyway, fucking Top Gear.
I have never actually seen an entire episode of Top Gear. ever.
Neither have I, but I know that meme.
Yes. Yes.
What's his name?
Jeremy Clarkson, I think his
Yeah,
name is?
yeah, Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah.
Oh no. Anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah, government shuts down after Congress deadlocks on a spending deal. The federal government is officially entering a partial shutdown. ICE is still operating, for instance. On Wednesday, after the midnight funding deadline passed, with Democrats and Republicans failing to agree on a funding bill. An earlier attempt by Senate Republicans to pass a short-term extension of the fiscal year 2025 government funding levels, called a continuing resolution, was sunk by Democrats who were furious about being sidelined in shutdown negotiations. Yeah, essentially, the Democrats want the spending to be the same it was this past year, even though part of the BBB was reducing spending, overall spending.
Yep.
They
so they essentially want to repeal the BBB.
Yeah, or ignore it is more likely, because we're not going to spend as much money this year as we did last year because the BBB is law now, and Democrats are like, no, we need to keep spending the same amount, knock it off, and yeah, it's this is Democrat nonsense. The bill, which would have given Congress until November 21st to set a fiscal year 2026 funding to set fiscal year 2026 funding priorities, passed the House largely along party lines on September 19th. The Senate is expected to vote on the same bill again on Wednesday, with more votes to come through the rest of the week and into the weekend until either a deal is struck or Democrats relent. House Republicans have been away from Washington in order to pressure the Senate to pass the bill. House Democrats, however, returned this week in a bid to paint a contrast between themselves and the GOP. Yeah, a bunch of really cringe videos of Democrats walking around the Capitol building, asking where all the Republicans are. Where are the Republicans? They're over at the Senate working with the senators to try to it's this idea that the government shut down, so all the Republican representatives just all went home.
Because the House is not the part of Congress that's concerned with this. It's the Senate. That's where it's stuck. Like, no matter what you do, House Democrats have nothing to do with this. Like, they can't do shit.
In addition,
in the Senate.
Yeah. In addition to their anger over being sidelined, Democrats have also pushed for a continuing resolution to extend Obamacare subsidies that were enhanced during COVID-19 pandemic, but were set to expire at the end of 2025. Of course, they got to protect Obamacare. Republican leaders signaled that they were willing to discuss those healthcare dollars later this year, but accused Democrats of risking the entire federal government over their demands. Quote, There isn't any substantive reason why there ought to be a government shutdown. This is something that has been done routinely, as I said, 13 different times when the Democrats had the majority. But we are not going to be held hostage over $1 trillion in new spending on a continuing resolution, Senate Majority Leader John Thune said ahead of the vote. President Donald Trump and the Office of Management and Budget now have wide discretion over what federal services will remain active. However, thousands of government workers are set to be furloughed or made to temporarily work without paychecks, and a litany of federal agencies could be closed. OMB Director Russ Vought released a memo shortly after the GOP CR failed that said because it was clear that Senate Democrats would block any more attempts to pass the bill before the deadline, quote, affected agencies should now execute their plans for an orderly shutdown. It is unclear how long Democrats will maintain their untenable posture, making the duration of the shutdown difficult to predict, the memo read. Regardless, employees should report to work for their next regularly scheduled tour of duty to undertake orderly shutdown activities. Some federal workers, now, I mean, it is kind of cringe a little bit, I'd say. It's like, hey, you need to come in and work without pay. Like, but I get it. Like, and a lot, like I said, the military and ICE are working without pay, but a lot of these guys are going to get back pay. Like, that's usually how government shutdown works. If you are called an essential employee and you have to keep working during the shutdown, you get back pay. So, some federal workers could lose their jobs permanently as well, with OMB Director Russ Vaught issuing guidances earlier this month warning offices to consider plans for mass layoffs in the event of a shutdown. Based. Shrink federal government by just laying people off. Like, obviously, we need legislation to shrink, close down departments and all these things. So we do need to take legislative action to shrink government. But if we could just shrink government, like, we just lay people off. Just like, oh, none of you are essential. Get the fuck out. Just go. Go find a job in the private sector. Stop sucking at the government tit. Trump told reporters earlier in the day that Republicans did not want to shut down, but warned the GOP could inflict pain on Democrats should the government close. Quote, we can do things during the government shutdown that are irreversible, that are bad for them and irreversible by them, like cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like, Trump said in reference to OMB's memo. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer responded to Trump during a press conference on Thursday. Well, there it is. Trump admitted himself that he's using Americans as political pawns. Federal employees. He is the commander-in-chief. They are his employees. He is allowed to use them as pawns. If you don't want to be used as a pawn by the federal government, don't work for the federal government. That would probably be a good step in minimizing that, that eventuality.
That possibility of that. Yep.
Yeah. He is admitting that he is doing the firing of people. If God forbid it happens, he's using Americans as pawns. I fucking hope it does happen. I hope he lays off everybody he possibly can. Like, I hope he uses government shutdown to just lay off motherfuckers left, right, center.
That seems to be what's happening, so that's good.
As I said, Democrats did not want to shut down. We stand ready to work with Republicans to find a bipartisan compromise, and the ball is in their court. By bipartisan compromise, he means ignore the BBB and pass a spending bill that is equivalent to the last
bend
one
down
or
to
more.
what we want.
Yeah.
It means bend down to what we want. That's what he means.
Yep. Congressional Budget Office Director Philip Swagel, or Swagel, I don't know how you would pronounce that. Probably Swagel. Swagel sounds just kind of, but Philip.
But it's funny.
Yeah, Philip Swagel wrote a letter to Budget Committee Chair Lindsey Graham and Senator Jeff Merkley on Tuesday, laying out the possible effects of a shutdown. In general, a longer lapse will have longer effects than a shorter one, Swagel wrote. The CBO estimated, based largely on previous reports from prior shutdowns in 2019 and 2018, that about 750,000 employees could be furloughed each day. The daily cost of their compensation would be roughly $400 million. So just lay them off, and then you don't have to pay them.
Yep.
That would
Tell
be
them to fuck off.
Shut down the government, lay off, don't furlough them, lay them off so you don't have to pay them back pay, and then lay them off so that you don't have to pay them back pay, and then
keep in mind, most of these federal workers, are in the, I think, 96 or 98% Democrat voting fucking leeches in Washington, D.C. Fire them all. Get rid of them all. Tell them to go back to their home states and fuck off.
Then if you got to hire, and if there are some positions that you need to hire, just hire fresh people.
Yeah.
This would be a great way to get rid
Not
of
these
entrenched
entrenched
bureaucrats.
fucking bureaucrats. Get them all out. Out. Get them all out.
And while House and Senate Republicans are both expected to be back in Washington next week, the Capitol will see certain modifications during a shutdown. The Capitol Visitor Center, the Botanic Gardens, and the Library of Congress will all be closed to visitors, according to guidance sent to lawmakers and obtained by Fox News Digital. Congressional delegation trips to foreign countries are also canceled during a shutdown, among other measures. Speaker Mike Johnson warned House Republicans to remain unified and on message in the event of a shutdown during a lawmaker-only call on Monday. He also urged House Republicans to avoid political events like fundraisers for the duration of the shutdown and to remain largely outside D.C. until the House is due to return next week. So yeah, pretty base stuff. And of course, Hakeem Jeffries, the House Minority Leader, and then Chuck Schumer, the Senate Minority Leader, they've been like arm in arm throughout this entire shit show. And Trump has been memeing on him pretty hard. Hakeem Jeffries in particular.
Deserved.
All three. This is the last thing of the show, and then we're gonna get out of here. This went way longer than I thought it would. All three of these were posted by Trump's personal Twitter account.
It's a disgusting video, and we're going to continue to make clear bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people in the face of an unprecedented Republican assault. It's a disgusting.
Now, just so we're clear.
Okay, I never saw the video before. I just heard it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that he fucking put himself as all four members of the mariachi.
Yeah, and the big thing that the Democrats, that last article really didn't go into it, is a lot of the budget reduction in the upcoming fiscal year was supposed to be coming out of the cuts that were made to Medicare and Medicaid. So,
yep.
And then of course,
look, guys, there's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English, so they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit, you know? At least for a while, until they learn English and they realize they hate us too. Look, guys.
Now, of course, there as was revealed by Doge and a lot of other investigative bodies, they have found that a lot of illegals are drawing government benefits. A lot of them are getting HUD. A lot of them are getting food stamps. A lot of them are getting, access to access to Medicaid and things like this. Now, it's not all of them. It's not even close to all of them, to be fair. But yeah, so like a lot of these memes have been around the idea that the Democrats just want to give free healthcare to illegals. Now, keep in mind, in the Democrat primary back in 2020, everyone on stage, Biden, Pete Buttigieg, Eric Swalwell,
Kamala
Harris, all of them were asked directly by a show of hands, how many of you would include undocumented migrants in your government healthcare plans? Every single one of them raised their hand, yes. So this idea that
No, but that's not the biggest problem in my opinion.
What is?
The fact that after they raised their hands, the whole room applauded.
Yeah. So yeah, this idea that the Democrats don't want to give free healthcare to illegals it's a crock of shit. Of course they do. And then of course this is the last one. While Trump was meeting in his office with Hakeem Jeffries and a few other people, he had Trump 2028 hats sitting on the Resolute desk facing them. Trolling them. And again, another server I'm in full of lefty shitheels took this to mean that Trump is dog whistling to his base that he is going to ignore the Constitution and he's going to run for a third term. Like, these fucking people cannot take a joke. They can't.
Meme about them crying, meme them until they cry, and then meme them until they're about them crying. Not my president, not my residents.
Mexican word of the day: climate. I'm gonna build a wall so high illegals can't climb it. Yep. But yeah, I absolutely love this picture. I absolutely loved it. Was this the Trump? And I literally had to explain to these lefties, and of course they told me they weren't going to listen to anything I had to say about Trump. Mostly because at the debate that I did this past week, I said, and I'm going to just stand on business here, 10 toes in. Yes, I think the 2020 election was stolen. Yes, I think that if Trump had used the military to prevent the transition of power in that respect, I think it would have been morally justifiable for him to do that. But because of that, that means they can never, so I'm not allowed to say that I don't think Trump is literally going to run for a third term. And then, of course, they all started coping about how he wouldn't live to see a third term anyway, not because anybody would kill him, but because, all the rumors about how poor his health is. And I'm like, I didn't even argue with them about that one, but that's just that's stupid on its face. Like, the dude plays so much fucking golf. Like, this entire thing that Trump is dying is because they saw him with a bruise on his hand, like in one fucking picture. Like, bruh, he's fucking 79 years old.
He's 80.
Yeah, sure, he bruises a little bit. He's got a bruise on his hand. Like, he's fucked. It's dumb. The whole thing's dumb. I'm still a member of that channel, that Discord server. I think I'm probably just going to leave that server, to be honest with you. I was going to stay there in case someone wanted to reach out to me about anything debate related, but I kind of don't think I'm going to do anymore. Now that I've had 2 days to kind of mull over it. I don't think it's not for me. I don't function well under. I can handle myself under pressure, but not that kind of pressure, not like antagonistic pressure, where I've got some fucking fat cunt screaming in my ear, calling me a dumbass and a fucking dickhead, and cutting me off and doing all these things. Yeah, Pisco was a cunt. Dev wasn't as big of a cunt. To be fair, Dev wasn't really a cunt at all, outside of just being a lefty shill cunt. But no, Pisco was a straight up dickhead. For absolutely no reason, too. He's never met me. He's never debated me. I'm basically a nobody. My debate partner doesn't even stream or make content, and he still came at us super hard. And it probably had more to do with the fact that he can come at us super hard, specifically because we're, well, I guess it depends. He debates people, except I'm just saying, when he was on Tim Pool's show, he wasn't nearly as big of a dickhead. He was still slimy. But he wasn't nearly
still as big. Slimy, and he still got owned.
Yeah, so but he wasn't screaming or calling anyone their dickheads.
Yeah, probably because all of them could probably fucking take him.
Well,
so
I'm sorry, I don't think Connor Tomlinson, who I love to death, by the way, but I don't think Connor Tomlinson is beating anybody in a fight. The kid weighs like $125, soaking wet with a brick in his pocket.
Yeah, that's fair. No, Tim probably might.
I mean, maybe. Who knows? Tim's not a small guy by any stretch, but
but he's relatively athletic. The guy does,
Yeah, he skateboards a lot and all this stuff. Yeah, and he's had some, at least according to him, he's had some basic martial training. I'm not gonna say martial arts because I don't know what, if any, he's taken, but he's talked about it before. That he's basically been taught how to roll and do hip tosses and stuff like that in order to get out of sticky situations. The point is that it's just when Pisco's in a room with a guy who's bigger than him, in terms of audience size, Tim Pool, also in Tim Pool's literal house, so that changes the dynamic a lot. But then also it's just he has a completely different attitude, a completely different energy. Pisco's a cunt. Even if I decided, I love debating, I'm gonna keep debating. After that experience, I probably wouldn't debate Pisco again, because he was just it's blood sports I don't like. That's what I really don't like. I don't like blood sports at all. I love watching it, but I can't do it. It's not a thing that I can do as a content creator. I don't know. Like I said, I keep going back and forth on it. I'm probably not going to debate again, though. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. See? I can't even make up my mind right now.
Why are you being a woman?
Because I did have fun,
Oh yeah.
but I lost badly.
Mm,
He didn't convince
fair
me.
enough.
I don't think that I was incorrect.
It's just that you weren't able to present yourself properly.
Yeah, but by the rules of debate, I definitely lost, and I'm more than happy to admit that. So yeah. All right. Anyway, that was a show. So yeah, good job, Kash Patel. You are the star this week. Keep doing what you're doing, buddy. And in the Vance administration, unless you get made AG or some higher position, hopefully you stay on as director of the FBI. I'd be happy with that. Although in the Vance administration, I think it'd be better if you were AG and Bongino took over as director of the FBI. We'll see what happens in 28.
Done?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on, I'm trying to end the stream, but it's not. It's I hate when it does this. Okay.